Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough.
All right. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? Hopefully everybody had a good night rest. I know this is an early game, but I want to bring you today's game, and here we go. They're going to be starting here very, very shortly.
Still around the team a lot.
And we got guest commentator, GB from C Sports, on the other end.
Thank you for having me.
What's up, everybody?
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome to the stream.
Consistent
Appreciate
with the
everybody
Braves.
coming by today.
Starting with Ronald
Hope
Acuna
to see
being
everybody.
healthy, having all the legs behind him,
You can listen to us talk.
stealing all
We
the
talk
base
like
and
we got
set up
1,000
everything from the beginning. But the depth of the lineup and the bench yesterday,
Yeah.
big lead off
We're certainly happy to have you guys.
pinch hit homer by Pilar. So the team is a consistent.
Boy, the Braves are formidable, certainly here at home. The Orioles are a great story too, Ben. You're with the team all the time. Last
So
year
we'll
they had a great
we'll see how this game
that was no fluke.
goes today. I know it's an early game. Everybody's probably still sleeping from having a partying night last night with the Braves coming back from behind to beat the Orioles in Game 2, 5-4. That was one awesome game last night, that's for sure. You guys knocked it out of the park last night for me. I mean, I had a pretty good night in streaming. You guys did it. I definitely do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
How the heck did we go for three?
Thank you, Matt.
three
With
watches
Adley
before?
Rutschman, who is not starting the game today. I talked to your manager just a few moments ago. He goes, I don't know what Adley's going to do with himself. What are you going to do with yourself during this game?
I mean, I'll be stretching, getting warm, ready to go in whenever, cheering on my teammates.
So this is a very
Braves,
loose
win
team.
it.
You guys are playing really well. We've seen this.
Yeah, let me know
celebration. What
if the
role
sound
do you
sounds
play
all right.
in that?
I think just trying to be as supportive as I can, showing up to the field every day with good energy and trying to contribute in any way possible. And I think all of our guys do that to the best of their ability, which is what makes our team so good as far as our chemistry with one another and just our support.
Adley, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Matt?
Thank you.
Oh yeah,
All
no,
right.
you sound plenty loud now. Matter of fact,
Okay,
it
cool.
almost sounds like I'm barely talking now.
All right. Let me, I'll go ahead and get that.
Actually, yeah, like you can barely hear me now, it seems.
Yeah, I'm going to turn you up.
There we go. That's good.
Yeah. We'll get you.
Yeah, actually, your mic sounds real good.
All right, cool. All right. Well,
You might want to turn yourself down a smidge, but turn yourself down through the OBS setting.
yeah.
When I say a smidge, I mean you could come down at least 1 or 2 points of the decimals.
Okay. Like -1.
Well, just how I don't know what it is when it's set all the way to the top. Pull it down a
Like
couple
0.0?
numbers.
So we'll
Yeah,
do
but-
0.2, and then I got you at 0.3.
Oh, I think you could come down a whole number, like from 0 all the way down to the full 1 or whatever. Yeah. It'll work. I mean, if people don't like it, they'll tell you.
All right, we'll try that. Let me know in the chat, guys, that let me know in the chat if you guys can hear us just fine. We're working with the sound settings. If you guys hear us loud and clear, let us know between both mics. It's called working with the sound settings. So here we go.
And looking to keep his record perfect here this afternoon. Checking the Orioles Wells Fargo starting lineup today for Game 3 of the series. Cedric Mullins in the middle of a 3-game hitting streak. Anthony Santander had a couple of doubles yesterday in a losing cause. Ryan Mountcastle's hit safely in 8 in a row. Middle of the order is Henderson, Hayes, and Frazier. Here this Ramon Urias back at third base after playing at first base last night. Kyle Stowers and James McCann round things out. And
all right, here we go.
Baseball in Atlanta.
Bryce Elder on the mound for Atlanta.
Orioles took Game 1 of the series on Friday with a 9-4 win. Atlanta benefited from some late bench heroics yesterday to come back off the mat and even things up, and we are underway this morning.
First pitch upstairs, ball 1.
You have felt about an 11:30 a.m. Eastern start, Andrew.
Cedric Mullins to bat.
I start liking day game because.
All right, Bryce Elder, little inside, ball 2.
You know, you tell me in 1996,
come on, Bryce.
1997, you tell me day game, I probably would be still
settle down.
Scared that I would probably miss the first pitch.
Upstairs, ball 3.
Extra cup of coffee is all it is. Out running with the Eagles at night. Yeah, I got you. Well, for both of these teams, the daytime start, a little bit of a departure, and there's
upstairs again, ball 4. Come on, Bryce. It's not what we want to see. We want to see strikes, not balls, especially a leadoff walk.
With his sinker, you know, he will throw a few four-seam fastballs about 12% of the time.
Yeah,
It's 50% fastballs, but how about the slider? The slider at 36%. Opponents are only hitting 132 off of that slider. He'll throw the change up about 14% as well. So it's only a 3-pitch mix, but it is a quality 3-pitch mix. Got a base stealing.
Hey, JT.
To start the day for Anthony Santander, the switch hitting designated hitter.
I forgot to put the chat poll up.
11 bags in as many attempts this year. Santander off to a good start and in the midst of a very good series. And lifts a high fly ball out to center field.
High fly ball to center field. Harris on the run for out number 1.
As we take a look at the Braves defensively, Andrew, when you watch Michael Harris man your old position out there in center field, what are you watching?
Well, I mean, he's an exciting player. You know, coming up last year, do what he did, winning Rookie of the Year, almost halfway in the season. Exciting player. I like the way he go about his business.
7-pitch inning. We're heading to the bottom of the first.
Not afraid to make mistakes, and I think that's why you get, you make great plays.
Yeah, I mean, look at this Braves defense. I think it's underperforming a little bit fielding percentage-wise. They come in with the 28th best out of 30 teams fielding percentage-wise. But they certainly have some very, very good athletes. And kind of like the Orioles, the defense has started to get better. The Orioles.
Let's get a double play right here.
Well, I mean, be honest. I mean, you win championship with great pitching, great defense. And I think offense is going to come as it go. But
there's double play ball. Arcia to Albies.
Nice. Double play. Arcia is back in the lineup, everybody. So our Orlando Arcia is back in the lineup playing shortstop. They sent Vaughn Grissom to AAA. So yeah, they sent the kid back down to AAA after last night and called up Orlando Arcia. During his 2 rehab starts, Orlando Arcia said he felt fine. So we'll see what he's got after being gone for well over 10 days. I showed on Twitter that Mark Bowman tweeted out Orlando Arcia is still going to be out for at least 10 to 14 days. Not even 10 hours later, Orlando Arcia is back in the lineup.
Hey, can I get a mic check? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Loud and clear.
I'm plenty ahead of you, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I think I'm a full minute and a half.
Oh, wow. Okay. Team 4.
For me right now, Acuna Jr. is heading to the plate.
Oh, wow.
Standing. Yeah, he is stepping in the box right now. So
okay, well, they're just showing Tyler Wells warming up for me.
My jersey on, so we win.
Oh, yeah. And I got my hat on, as you guys can tell.
Right back.
So here we go.
Acuna, Olsen, and Riley. Ozzie Albies the switch hitter.
You got Ronald Acuna, Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Ozzie Albies, Eddie Money Rosario, Marcell Ozuna.
Orlando Arcia back off the injured list after missing 21 games with
Then Michael Harris, Orlando Arcia, Chadwick Tromp, and Bryce Elder.
Today. Acuna, Olsen, and Riley, and the Braves come at you with some serious firepower right out of the gate.
Yeah, I mean, you look what they could do. I mean, home runs is the name of the game with them, right? Last year they were second to the Yankees in total home runs in the Major League Baseball. Well, they're second again this year, this time to the Tampa Bay Rays. The batting average is higher for a team that bangs a lot of home runs, but certainly the bread and butter for the Braves is their ability to leave the yard.
Well, like I say, the consistency, and they put in balls in play, and like we talked with Snicker, the shift, taking the shift away, and a lot of these guys putting a lot of ground balls in play, and that's getting hits on them. So I think that's the difference.
Yeah, Braves manager talking about that in regards to Acuna specifically. That is not
a little nubber.
Also, Gunnar Henderson has to charge on it, and Acuna still makes
out
it
number
close.
1.
And there's one away to start the day for Tyler Wells.
Well, that shows you a little bit about the 21-year-old at shortstop. Gunnar Henderson played third the first 2 games, but he can do it, folks. How about that? Acuna can get down the line, but Gunnar Henderson gets him by a step.
So an important first out. Certainly because you're facing a home run threat next.
So Matt Olson standing up to bat for Atlanta.
Gives him a share of the team lead.
Upstairs, ball 1.
Scored a couple of runs this series. The 2021 All-Star is in the midst of a 5-game hitting streak. Couple of base hits for him in the series.
Swung on and missed. Strike 1.
See, Tyler Wells is 6'8". Everybody forgets that about him. So his release point, you see the fastball velo at 93.
Yes!
94, but because of the extension out towards home plate,
Woo!
93, 94 is playing more like 95, 96.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Balls and a strike to count.
See ya.
The similarities between these two teams are hard to ignore in that.
And I got the hat on, ladies and gentlemen.
Certainly the Orioles are a little younger.
Goodbye.
But the fact that the Braves have locked up so much of their
I'm fixing to. I'm going off of you. You're ahead of me. Come on. Hey, here it is. Launch. Left center field. Gone. Woo. Matt Olson with the homer. With the home run. Braves lead it 1-0. Round it up, baby. Round it up. Yeah, I'm well behind you, dude.
He's been doing the whole year. Last year,
I don't know what's going on with it, so bear with me, guys. I'm gonna see if I can kind of sync it up better.
Peacock.
Well, I don't have Peacock, so
I know. I said because that's the difference.
yeah, unfortunately.
His ability to power the ball out to the opposite field. You see the hands go first,
yeah.
And Farrell follows it.
So Austin Riley up to bat for Atlanta. Big strike 1.
Sorry, I forgot that.
So that's what, number 10 for Matt Olson this year?
He can do power right, but
I think that's number 10.
The clubhouse and
I can't confirm that for you.
I can.
Great person.
I can.
From Atlanta. He's playing in backyard.
I can do it right now.
Having his family here, 1 year under the belt, and he's just having fun.
Yeah, what Brian Snideker say? We talked to him before the game. He said, if I had to go out, if there was one person we could replace.
Yes, that's number 10. That is number 10 for Matt Olson this year in 2023.
The perfect person in a lab.
Fangraphs had him at 9 before that home run.
Those reasons. few would doubt. Austin Riley batting now. Ball and 2 strikes on Riley.
Yes.
Hey, Kenneth.
Well, Atlanta has turned.
Welcome in there, Kenneth.
Oakland
Just started looking at the
southeast,
chat.
if you will, with guys like Sean Murphy.
Oh, JT's here there, Kenneth.
Great players that Alex Anthopoulos has acquired via trade. And to our earlier point, given long-term deals too to keep him here for the foreseeable future, I think that's so important.
Well, we're already at 5 likes.
around
Let's
this
make it
ballpark,
10.
And you see
Next
a lot
goal
of
is
jerseys
10
with
likes.
names on them. An important thing when you're trying to grow your brand.
Yeah, I think the fans fall in love and they have interest in, you know, players. They want to see their
Ooh,
players
strike out on Austin Riley.
win. Riley goes down swinging. Tyler Wells with his first punch out of the day.
We're not putting the dollar signs on there, but we'll let your imagination run wild with it because it's not a cheap exercise when you keep somebody like Matt Olson or Spencer Strider locked up for the next 6
Ozzy
years.
Albies stands in there for Atlanta.
2 gone after the homer, and now it's Ozzy
Curveball in the dirt.
You know, going back to your point, I mean, the Orioles have some of those young players that a lot of fans want to see get like Adley Rutschman, for instance, Gunnar Henderson at 21 years old, Jorge Mateo, some younger players. And this is the 5th youngest roster the Orioles have in all of Major League Baseball.
When they go to commercial, go ahead and take a small one for us.
Okay,
I mean, the freedom that Alex Anthopoulos got from the ownership, you know, after they won that.
So 2-0 to count to Ozzy Albies.
And make moves to make this team be competitor every year, and I think that's, you know, that was the plan. You know, they went on building.
Head up in the air, pop fly to left center.
2000s.
Kale or
Cedric
Mullins
calls for it, makes the
all
catch.
four
to
makes the
retire
catch.
the side, not before
Retire the
Matt
side.
Olson's
We go
10th of
to the
year.
top
Can
of the
open
second.
Scoring this morning.
But the Braves lead it 1-0 with a Matt Olson bomb to left center. So with that being said, guys, we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick pause. We'll be right back.
As a part of our
all right, guys,
air
they're
production
back
today, Austin
from a
was kind
commercial
enough
break.
to share his insights on what playing at an 11:30 start time reminded him of, and you
So
told
hitting
everybody,
out of
Austin, it
play,
kinda reminded
strike
you
one.
of
So
Little
1-1 to count to Cedric
I
Mullins.
did not get that.
All right, Gunnar Anderson, I'm sorry.
Next pitch to Henderson. Misses inside. We'll do our best to manage this. Bryce Elder back to work
So
here
2-1
in the
to
second
count.
for Henderson, Hayes, and Frazier.
Welcome in, Sarah.
Boy, that's the bread and butter right there for Bryce Elder. Two-seam fastball. He'll sink it down and away to the right-handers.
Welcome in there, Jordan.
Little slider behind it and a
Welcome in
changeup
there,
as
Daniel.
well.
Welcome, everybody.
We saw Austin go to a card and reposition himself a little bit farther toward the shortstop spot.
I think this is the third time we've tried this, and I just hadn't had any success.
Look at that position.
Oh, right to Arcia over to first for out number 1. Nice.
That's got to be an empowering feeling, Ben, when your defense is in the right spot for you.
Yeah, you know, we're not seeing the shifts, obviously, because the shift band is off this year, but you can still shift within your area that you have over there. Of course, all 4 outfielders or infielders rather have to start on the dirt. You can only have 2 on each side of second base, but we're still seeing them move up the middle.
I can see what's going on. The interactive is a little bit faster than me.
Hayes now with 1 away. It's not shifting as much as it's shading, right? I mean, it's the great kind of.
That's all right.
Ripken.
We'll just go with it.
I'm not going to completely sell out.
Strike 1.
If I'm in
Elder delivers.
2 steps,
strike 2.
One direction or the other, we're going to make a play.
I can't tell you how many times the ball came out of my hand and I saw it go to my right on the grass. I'm like, gosh, that's a base hit, and I'm looking. There's Junior right in front of it, catching it, flipping it to first base. I always look at him and go, how could you be
swung on miss, strikeout. K's in the chat.
You're supposed to
K's in
throw the
the
ball
chat.
spots, and I'm going to be in the right place.
Right
and
shoulder.
that was way before shifts and all that kind of stuff.
Sarah, no. Orlando Arcia is back in the lineup for Atlanta. He was reinstated early this morning by the Atlanta Braves.
Move to your left. You know, the pitcher that you have that's throwing strikes and putting balls in play, you're going to make.
Just to let you all know, I've got guest commentator, co-host, GB from C Sports,
so I think
Network, and Klein HBS on the stream today.
Guy's going to be more hands-on.
If you hear a second voice, that's him. So you guys give him a shout out. You can also check out his pages in the link in the description. I got them both linked in the description below.
Well, you know,
you guys can check out his pages as well.
We asked Brian Snitker this specifically about Bryce Elder, who's not long removed from pitching in the minors. It's very organic for the younger guys to pitch with the clock because it's been in play in the minors for a few years now.
Okay, Sarah. I wonder what was going on with that.
And we're seeing Elder's pace. It's very crisp today. And you get the feeling that it would be like that even if there wasn't a pitch clock turned on.
Well, I mean, you know, they've been there already. They've seen it. They got used to it. So it's not that hard.
A walk issued by Bryce Elder.
You know,
we got Urias
the ones they're going to start
in there for Baltimore,
and you have to make that adjustment. But like Brian said earlier, you know,
Bryce Elder throws over there to first to keep Frazier at bay.
Adjustment, and I think,
absolutely.
And you know, Matt, you made a great point earlier. I think the pitcher should get a chance to get a timeout too, because you know they want to get in the rhythm too, and I think sometimes they make
outside ball.
And, you know, they rush it in there. They want to take a breather and just say, hey, okay, let me settle down and get to my rhythm back.
Yeah, gets ball and a strike on Ramon Urias.
And remember, Elder is a college kid too. Came from the University of Texas, and the pitch clock has been in the college game even before it was implemented into Major League Baseball. So these guys are coming out of college. If you play the college game, you're getting used to the pitch clock there. Then you're going to the minor leagues, and you're really getting used to it some more. And so when you come to the big league level, it's not missing a beat at all.
Swing and miss ends a stretch of 5 straight balls. And it's a ball and 2 strikes now on Ramon Urias.
Yeah, Elder's command has been outstanding this year. He's only had 9 walks coming in 36 innings of work. Because it's not an overpowering fastball. I mean, the fastball is 89 to 92, which is 3 or 4 miles an hour below big league average. Slider and a changeup, but you talk about command of the strike zone, right? There's control of the strike zone, then there's command of the strike zone. He has command of the strike zone. Well, all you got to do is watch Trump's glove, right? When the glove is set up by the catcher, that's where the ball is going.
Well, you know, he keep the ball down in the zone, and that's why he's getting a lot of ground balls with that that sinker that he has. So. And you put the ball in play, these guys are going to make plays. And, you know, you got great third baseman, great first baseman, great second baseman, you know, having Arcia back into the lineup, having a great year defensively.
It's just nice to see a right-handed pitcher that throws 90 miles an hour that can have success at the big league level. Because all we talk about now is velo and rushing it up to 97 or 100 miles an hour. But
out and out of
play for the young kids at home and in college.
So Urias is putting up a great at bat here.
Even with an average or below average fastball, you got a little bit of movement and command. You can win at any level you play at.
100%.
I mean, Greg Maddux was pretty good, wasn't he?
I mean, you know,
Greg Maddux was
awesome.
awesome.
Walking the street, you don't think he's a baseball player.
What would you think he is, an accountant?
He's probably, an accountant. He looked like, with the glasses, he's, trying to prank on people all the time and doing all kind of dirty stuff. So you think he's an accountant, office guy.
Meanwhile, Urias is giving Elder a pretty good battle here in this 2 strikeouts. So Bryce Elder threw a total of 7 pitches in the first inning. It's going to be the 7th pitch of this at bat to Urias with a man on and 2 away.
I don't mean to spoil it or nothing. So if you hear me, making my little.
He is about as deep in the batter's box as you could be.
And that surprises me.
Hey, flagged it down. Look what I got. Check your other hand. There's a gold watch.
Bryce Elder with the stop.
Nothing in the
over the first for out number 3.
Presence of mind.
That was a nice backhand. He's like, yeah, I got it. Look at there. There's a souvenir.
Yeah, Sarah, the game's on Peacock. So.
Yeah, guys, I don't have Peacock. I don't have Peacock, so yeah, it's on TV. Unfortunately, I don't have a TV where I'm at, like where my computer's at, so it's kind of hard to watch it and, broadcast the sound. So I'm doing it from the computer, and unfortunately, it's a little bit behind, just a little bit. But we'll work with it.
Hey, clear us off audio for a second, if you could.
Okay,
Right
we're going to take a quick pause, guys. We'll be right back.
That took down the Reds in the Fall
All
Classic
right,
that
so
year.
Eddie Money is up to bat for Atlanta.
In the Atlanta half of the second. We welcome you back.
Texas strike.
Andrew Jones and Ben McDonald.
First pitch was a
Good
ball.
to have you with us
Next
on
pitch was a
NBC
strike.
Peacock this today. 16 weeks of Major League Baseball coverage on Peacock. And a fastball
Outside,
that misses
ball
outside.
2.
It's 2 balls and a strike now on Eddie Rosario. There were some lean times for the Orioles leading up to this kind of franchise resurgence.
Inside, ball 3.
Manager Brandon Hyde before the game today, and we asked him about the trajectory, the growth, where he thinks they're headed. He's got some great perspective because he was on the Chicago Cubs coaching staff under Joe Maddon that went from a 100-loss team to a playoff team to an eventual World Series champ, broke the curse.
So
And
3-2 to count to Eddie Rosario.
Now in Baltimore and what happened in Chicago in 2016.
Yeah, I'll tell you how lean it's been. I mean, you go back. 2018,
Long and out of play. We'll do it again.
Games. 2019, they lose 108 games. Shortened season in 20. Then you lose 110. So you average about 112 losses for 3 of the full seasons in a row. That's how lean it's been. And then you turn around last year and you go plus 31. You win 83 ball games and you take the final playoff spot all the way down to the final week of the season. And you just miss.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3
for the Orioles.
One out.
Is in his 6th year with the Orioles, a new general manager, and he had an idea. He helped build up the Houston Astros, and he brought the Astros from where they were through their rebuild. He's kind of taken the same blueprint and brought that to the Orioles, and it started from the ground floor up, right? It started with drafting and developing. New coaches have put in the system. It's now the #1 minor league system in all of baseball. It has a lot of prospects, and they're starting to win, and you're starting to see the youngsters at Rutschman and Gunnar Henderson and others.
Yeah, I've already done that.
The system, so it's been built from the ground floor up.
Well, I mean, you say it right. You know, they have a good young core that is coming up together. And
yeah, I've already updated it.
Playing together to the minor league and now putting it all together in the big, in the major league.
Marcell Ozuna takes ball 1.
Well, then that's kind of crazy that there's that big of a delay.
Putting a good push out there to get,
Yeah,
to
unfortunately.
be more consistent. So I'm excited about him. I like what I see.
Foul tip behind home plate.
Young,
strike 1.
Talent, aggressive. Like they were talking earlier, I think if they get the more consistency of the pitching staff, they're going to put a run onto the division. The division is a top division. You can see how Tampa is playing, and
we'll just work with the.
Is a beast yet again, and maybe more so. Than ever.
We'll get it.
And what's going to help the Orioles, and you mentioned this earlier, is you don't have as many games against your own league this year with playing everybody in baseball.
And I just refreshed.
A one-hopper that backs Urias up. No problem. Long throw.
Oh, safe at first.
Yeah.
Nice.
Chance. And Urias just airmailed that throw, leading to a base runner. It'll go down as an error on the third baseman.
He airmailed that ball.
The ladder as far as he can get. Tries to reach back and make the tag. Now, I couldn't tell. Let's see if he made the tag. Can't tell from that angle. That's strange from Urias, who was your Gold Glove winner over at third base last year in the American League.
Oh, he's saved by a country mile.
One-out error gives the Atlanta Braves a base runner
Error
in front of Mike
charged to
Harris.
Urias or charged to the Orioles.
If you've heard me say this, but your cam is still covered up.
Harris 0 for 3 yesterday.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
The reigning National League Rookie of the Year.
I've got to turn my
man aboard.
stinking camera back on. I'm sorry.
I think you stumbled on something interesting there, guys. When we talked about players playing together at the minor league.
Everybody wants to see my face.
Had that
right.
experience with a lot of the young Braves, a lot of the younger Orioles have had that experience.
So Michael Harris takes ball 1.
Henderson were roommates in the minors.
Outside, ball 2.
How big of a factor is that? First of all, there are very few minor league players that have to deal with roommates the way they did when Ben McDonald was coming up years ago.
Meant to say Arcia.
Is that as
Arcia's batting
8.
8.
There's 2 things is important. Yes, coming up together and sharing the same goals and the same dreams matter, right? You want to be with a group, and it's one thing
all right.
to have talent. But
Hey, we work with it.
Talent and want to, and players that want to be the best. And I think that's where it begins. Another thing that I think is very important too.
No, it's all good, man. No worries.
At the minor league level, there's a lot of organizations out there. And I know the minor league is for development. I get that piece of it, but I think you also learn how to win ball games.
We all have fun here. We all get along. We're just going to roll with it.
Clearly, they're doing a lot right because of their minor league system and what they have. But I know the Orioles are putting a lot of emphasis on now at winning at the minor league level while you are getting developed.
100%. I think everything started when you can see how consistent the Braves used to be in the early 90s, and with all the young stars that they had. These guys are winning championship together in Double-A and Triple-A, and you can look back with the Chipper Jones and the Javi Lopez, Ryan Klesko. They were winning championship.
He took a shot.
The same mindset.
He took a shot about 12, 13, 14 days ago, right on the left wrist, and had a mini fracture.
You get used to winning.
First X-ray showed negative, but then they went back in there and showed a mini
we expect
fracture.
to win because we've won at every level we've been.
And sorry, everybody, my dog is barking in the background because
base
of
runner
my
down
kids'
for
cat.
Orlando Arcia.
So.
The Braves get their shortstop back today. He's out in front, fouls that one away. Arcia missed 21 games with a wrist injury, and he was missed as a player in the lineup, as a defensive factor for Brian Snitker. And I think if you were to have told Ron Washington, Brian Snitker, the rest of the coaching staff, that it would only be 21 games after he was hitting the wrist by that pitch, they'd be happy to hear that news.
No doubt. I mean, I think this is kind of shocked because
going on a miss,
he
right
was
too.
going to be playing this series against Baltimore.
Are you surprised? Because I'm sure you've been hitting the wrist in your career a lot of time, but when you get hit in the wrist, it can make the wrist sore, and the swing sometimes is just not the same.
I mean, you know, hitting his hands, legs, everything. I mean, I think, you know, if you're not comfortable, any little thing
would
throw you off if you're trying to hit.
1 and 2 to count.
Well, he was good to give it a go. Warmed up today with the
he's going to be doing
flat glove that Wash brings
right
out for the infielders. He couldn't wipe the smile off his face. Ready to play.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Here will retire
that ends the bottom of the second.
For Tyler Wells,
so we go to the top of the third.
1-out error.
Braves still lead it 1-0.
Yeah, Tyler Wells got a high spin rate fastball, guys, and when he gets ahead, he likes to blow it towards the top of the zone. And I'm going to tell you, you can't do it any better than that.
Already some good returns from Wells despite the 1-out homer. Let's send it down to the field with
Yeah, they're doing their little interview with Brandon Hyde. So
Mr. Strider for your guys. We've seen some good at-bats last half inning. What has been the key? Who or what has helped you get better at-bats here over the last couple of years?
Well, I just think it's a collective approach, honestly. Our approach has gotten so much better as a team. You know, obviously adding Rutschman last year. Gunnar Henderson this year takes really good at-bats. We have a little bit more of a patient approach. We're getting better counts now. And, you know, facing Freed 2 days ago and Strider last night, really happy with the at-bats we took.
Every team has a 3, 4, 5-year plan. I know you just probably have a day-to-day plan, but do you feel like you guys are ahead of schedule as an organization?
Well, we weren't very good for a few years, and last year it was fun to surprise a lot of people and be above 500 when nobody expected us to do anything. And just want to see us continue, honestly. We have a lot of talent. It's a fun group of guys, and you know, we got a lot of talent coming too, so we're in a good spot organizationally.
Thanks, Brandon.
All right, thank you.
Matt?
Yeah, Ahmed, thanks. And I think Brandon Hyde is well aware of the task at hand. Yes, the Orioles have had some terrific returns, great growth. It's a good team. Nobody in the sport doubts that.
Yeah, guys, I decided to stay home today and do this stream.
Point, Ben. I mean, everybody's over 500.
So
you got the Red Sox.
I was planning on going fishing today, but I decided to stay home, relax. It's going to be a long week next week.
I know it's early, but the Rays are off to quite a start.
So Bryce Elder, first pitch in there for ball 1.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm sure they'll slow down a little bit, but you got to remember the Rays made the playoffs last year. They had 16 guys on the IL at one time last year, and yet they still made the playoffs. They're pretty much
Bryce Elder
this year. And
in there for strike 1.
Putting up and how many wins.
1-1 to count to Kyle Stowers.
Kyle Stowers leads things off in the third here for Baltimore.
Sorry, I butchered that last name.
Night made a couple of terrific plays in left field to keep the game.
I butcher last names. I'm sorry.
It'll be followed by James McCann at top of the order, Cedric Mullins. Well, from here,
Stowers flies that ball to the backstop.
On the Orioles, since
Strike
they're
2.
wrapping up an 11-day, 10-game road trip. They go home, no day off, and look who's waiting for them, those Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
That's the life of baseball, and you know, sometimes those schedules just run like that, and you know, you just got to grind it out.
I mean, you think about this stretch. The Orioles just finished a stretch where 19 of their 22 games.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 1 out.
They took care of business. They went 17-5 in that stretch. Now, when they started the game one of this series, the next 22 games starting.
I think that's strikeout number 2 for strikeouts for Elder today. That's number 2. I think.
Yeah, it's fixing to get.
Number
3.
It's
a great start.
I can't remember
That start. It was a slow start last
Bear with
year.
me.
They took care of business. Now you're going to, a month from now, you'll know how good the Orioles are.
Yeah, and that's kind of been a dialogue out there.
The Elder comes set,
like,
swung on and foul down the third baseline, foul.
On the Oakland,
James McCann.
White Sox, Washington teams that haven't found their footing yet. A lot of people feel like, to your point, this is the gut check time of the schedule. Let's see who we are.
But this team is a young team, and I think they're looking forward to that challenge. And you know, you could say about, I mean, everybody plays
nice pitch from Elder,
schedule, right?
in there for strike 2. So 0-2 to count.
Supposed to beat, right? That's how you make it to the playoffs. You take care of business when you need to. You know, truthfully speaking, if the Orioles are right around 500 after these next 22 games,
ball in the dirt,
right in
ball 1
for what they're doing. So for me, it's about playing 500 baseball for the next 22
Welcome
games.
in, everybody.
We talk. You know, you want to win series. Yeah, I mean, when you win series on the end of the year, you're going to be there in the playoff run. So I think if they can go out there and, this series is a good.
The can just pokes the bat out there, fouls it away.
You're going to look forward to the last
do it again, 1-2 to
look
count.
At the teams that they're going to be facing the next, few weeks, and it's going to be, like you say, over 500 teams and contending teams.
This is where you find out who you are and where you need to improve. This is a great measuring stick, starting with the Braves. And look, let's be honest, this has been a really good series to this point.
Riley over to first.
A deep throw and no.
And deep throw, no play at first.
Was just getting ready to credit Olsen's enormous wingspan as helping him make that play happen, but the ball pops out and McCann's safe.
The ball pops out of Olsen's glove.
On Austin Riley, and up the ladder as Olsen goes, but when he applies the tag to McCann, the ball just pops right out of the glove. Now it'll go down as an E5.
An E5 error charged to Riley.
Each baseman guilty of a throwing error in consecutive innings, and with one away, that'll flip the lineup.
Welcome in, everybody.
The order in Cedric Mullins.
Man, like you say.
Welcome back there, Tanya.
Brewers won the Gold Glove last year. Austin is a damn good third baseman.
Cedric Mullins back up to bat for Baltimore. Takes strike one.
He took time on that pitch, and that's why he got the little sell on him.
Good slider was in for a strike on Cedric Mullins, who drew a 4-pitch walk to start the ball game.
Downstairs at ball one.
James McCann is not considered a stolen base threat. He probably hates the term, as all catchers do, runs well for a catcher. I can just
another way of saying you're slow.
I can hear the late Tim McCarver, reaching his fingers down the chalkboard at the thought of that. That's faded into the
swung on
field and foul out of play.
And down the third base line, foul.
Because with the disengagement rules for pitchers, right, you can only throw to the bag twice. If you go over there a third time and don't get him, runner advances. That changes the calculus even for non-base stealers. What for you as a pitcher who did this for 10 years in the big leagues, Ben?
So 2-2 to count to Cedric Mullins.
More attention, less attention. How are you managing the running game?
I think it goes both ways. I think you got to be aware of the clock too, because the best
ball
thing
in
you
the
can
dirt
do against a base runner, somebody like Andrew who could really
nice
run
for Chadwick Trump to stop that
ball
from
the ball. So my
going
idea
anywhere,
with
kept it out in front, kept the runner
get to the
Shane McCann at first.
Maybe with like 8 seconds left on the clock.
So
that way I
2-2
can
to count.
hold, then maybe deliver the pitch or pick off. I'm not going to get in a system or a rhythm of him being able to tie me up to where he's looking at the clock. He knows I got to hurry up and go, and he can take advantage of that. So I think
Cedric Mullins hits a pitch to right field. Acuna plays it off the wall. And Acuna fires it back in the infield to Matt Olson. And Cedric Mullins with a double, stand-up double.
Should have been 2 out. Should be a man at second and 2 out, but instead it's second and third. And I'm telling you, Cedric Mullins has been hot as anybody as of late. He came into this game 3 for 9 in this series, a homer and a double, or a homer and 2 RBIs, and here is another double. Now he's looking more and more like the Cedric Mullins that we saw back in 2021 when he was the only 30-30 guy in baseball that year.
I was about to say that, and I like him. I like the kind of player he is. He plays center field, great defender player.
Anthony Santander takes first pitch, swing, strike one.
I like to see young talent in center field that can do everything.
He can go get it.
Yes.
So from a guy who used to switch hit in Cedric Mullins to a guy who still does in Anthony Santander. Flied out in his first at bat, and behind here.
Swung on and fouled out of play. Strike 2.
Let's take a look at StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. Anthony Santander this series, a double series, 2 homers and 2 two-base hits, and he's spraying it all around the ballpark, fan.
Yeah, and his home runs came from each side of the plate in game 1 of this series. Drove in 5 with 2 homers, 2 for 4 night. And look, this is 5 consecutive games.
So Elder comes set.
Santander multi-hit games for
downstairs,
him, 6 out
ball
of his
1.
last 7, so he has heated up at the right time.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, my dog is barking in the background.
Venezuela, and he stand out. He went out there and did, what he can do in the last year after he hit 30+ home runs. So
and I'll tell you, he's in a great situation here. The Braves have decided to push the infield back, so a routine ground ball will tie this ball game up. And if you're Santander, that's what you're trying to do. Just try to put a ball in play in the middle. If it gets through, that's great. You got 2 runs, but a routine ground out will tie the game here.
Yeah, my dog is going absolutely ape nuts right now.
Santander is cut more like a traditional switch hitter, more pop, more power from the left side of the plate. And we say that because there's a switch hitter on the Braves roster who is not traditional in that regard. That's Ozzie Albies. Ozzie doesn't cut it down the middle like that. And now Elder wants to visit with Chadwick Tromp.
Oh, come on, it barely
gives us a moment to remind you can stream every out-of-market MLB game, now available at a new low price starting at $119.99. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Elder throws the damn ball into the dirt and it barely.
A big early moment for Bryce Elder,
the dude's shoot.
who again pitched 7 scoreless innings Tuesday in Miami. No problems first 2 innings here today.
That shouldn't be hit by a pitch,
mitigate
though.
a little traffic here in the 3rd. And that one hit him. Bases will be loaded with only 1 away.
Oh my goodness, bases are juiced.
Typical Bryce Elder command that we have seen this year. So he's got
see that?
2 walks
yeah.
now a hit by pitch. And you're talking about a guy coming in.
If ball hits the dirt, it shouldn't hit the batter.
That's right. It looked like it hit the dirt first and then bounced into the shoe.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bases loaded and only 1 out.
And another very hot bird at the plate in Ryan Mountcastle, who's hit safely in 8 in a row. He's reached base safely in 15 straight games.
I mean, we have 1 out.
A ball and no strikes from Elder.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, and Mountcastle's one of those guys that we used to say a long time ago. If you look at his batting average and slugging versus what the expecting batting average and slugging is, it's about 143 points less on slugging. Like, he has been barreling a lot of balls up, but you're right, as of late he's starting to really turn it around and starting to find the grass and the seats a little bit more.
And for folks who haven't watched the Orioles a lot the last couple of years,
strike
Ryan
1,
Mountcastle
foul.
is among the players like Adley Rutschman, former first rounder, who, as the scouts say, is what they look like. And it's what they sound like.
No, that's Chadwick Tromp behind the plate.
He is a big, strong, powerful hitter.
I realize.
Yeah, I mean, look, he was a kid that was a first-round draft pick out of high school and drafted as a shortstop. And they tried him at third base in the minor leagues, eventually moved him out to the outfield, even at the big league level, and he's finally found a home the last couple of years over at first base. But you're right, it's a big guy. I mean, it's 6'3", 6'4", 230 pounds with elite pop in the bat.
Got that last strike just watching.
But another one that Tromp has to really scramble to keep in front of him here, and it's 2-2 now.
I mean, good to see, you know, these first-round pick guys, they get the chance, and when you get, organization go out there and sign these kids
Bryce
at
Elder.
young age and not giving up on them, and see what kind of talent they get, and give them an opportunity to move around and find a home. Like you say, he got drafted at shortstop.
He's in the chat.
It's
not, right down the middle. Caught him looking.
Looking for round number 2.
I'll tell you what's really nice. That pitch right there by Bryce Elder. 2-2 count, got to throw a strike, and he just bends that breaking ball in there right in the heart of the plate. And Ryan Mountcastle, in a huge situation, caught looking.
Look how much better he gets as the stakes rise. Batting average shrinks with runners in scoring position. 77 cents runners in scoring position and 2 out as there are here for Gunnar Henderson.
Oh, exactly that pitch right there. He keep it down, and it's tough to put that ball in the air when you keep every pitch down in the zone.
So when you were facing a sinker ball pitcher, did you try to see the ball up a little bit if it started?
Let's go, Braves. Let's go.
Well, to be honest with you, I will move up in the plate.
Up in the plate.
On the plate. So I always hit up in front.
Because you want to kind of catch the ball before it begins to break. So you move towards
nice.
The pitcher.
Yeah, so you can keep it off from the ground. So
I know I'm a little behind, guys. It's all right. It's all good.
Yes.
That's right.
Ball and 2 strikes.
Hey,
yeah, Andrew Jones.
It's all good.
I think I'm pretty much caught up with.
We'd always have that smile.
Yeah, you're caught up with the interactive. I'm not. So.
To hit a rocket off of you is what he's about to do.
It's all right.
Enjoying the game. That's all I did. It's hard enough.
Got him.
Nice.
Bryce Elder in and out of trouble in the 3rd. Bases loaded, one away, back-to-back strikeouts to keep his 1-0 lead. Boy, almost on cue, we told you how much tougher this guy gets with runners on. Man.
Yeah. That's what good pitchers do. They find a different level when it matters the most. He punches out Mountcastle on a slider, and he gets a fastball right by Gunnar Henderson to get the Braves off the field.
So still 1-0 lead for Atlanta. Middle of the third. We send it back to the field with Ahmed.
Well, we helped him get in that jam the last inning, but he's been pitching around the traffic. And you know what? He's got stuff. He's got that sinker. He threw some really good sliders out of right there, especially to Mountcastle. So, you know what? He's pitching his way out of it. The bad thing is he's eating up a lot of pitches. So, you know, hopefully we're not going to get a long run out of him.
He's been one of the good young pitchers in the game, one of the best here to start the season. He's a different guy a little bit than he was last year. That's what you were telling us before the game. How?
Absolutely. He's just more mature. You know what? He spent a lot of time in AAA when he sent him down last year. He got consistent starts. He can figure out who they are, his stuff. Now he's kind of more confident. He trusts his stuff. He's on the attack. And, you know, it's just part of the maturation for a young pitcher.
I'm going to give you an opportunity to gush about your first baseman, Matt Olson, lone run of the game so far with a home run, and how he's made the transition coming back home.
He's been awesome. It's been awesome. And you know what? I see even more relaxed this year, especially coming into spring training and knowing everybody, the facility, the whole thing. I mean, I can't say enough about Matt Olson, the man, the person, and the ball player.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Matt?
Ahmed, thanks. I mean, we can't say enough about Brian Snitker, the person, the manager, the baseball guy. I mean, a guy that, Andrew, you know better than we do for sure, but who started his career with this brand as a player in 1977 and has never known another employer after the great Hank Aaron made him a coach when Hank was the farm director here.
Well, he started when I got, when I born. 1977, so that's a long time ago, and I feel I'm old, and I'm 46 years old, so he's been in the game for a long time, and I'm so proud of him. And when they won their championship in 2021,
Chadwick Trump
it was well
stands in there for Atlanta.
They went through, and
first pitch in there for strike one.
Championship in a long time. A lot of people was talking so much about the Braves. They only have 2 championships in the last 20-25 years since 1995. To get that one under the belt back again, especially at this beautiful stadium, it's awesome. I mean, I can't say much how proud I am from Brian.
So Wells comes set,
and the job that he done.
Yeah, it's been a fun run for him because here's a tie here. He
takes the bat out there,
in 2016 for Freddie Gonzalez, who is now the bench coach for the Orioles, and he went 59 and 65, and then in 17 they go 72 and 90, and then the turnaround began. 2018 they went 90, then 97. And of course you get the COVID year, and then 88 wins, and of course they won the World Series in 88. So 5 consecutive National East titles with a World Series victory mixed in there.
Boy, Tyler Wells wanted a little clarification from home plate umpire Mark Wegner as to where that last ball exactly missed. 2-2 to Chadwick Trump, so he throws him a center cut fastball. Can't live around the edges apparently today. Let's take a look at the previous pitch, the 1-2 pitch.
Pretty close pitch, and he didn't get it, and he was not happy.
Yeah, it looked like it caught the bottom of that changeup. Caught the bottom of the zone, didn't get the call.
Trump sends a fly ball out to left.
Fly ball out to left.
Hayes parked under it. Routine
Out number
chance for the first out.
Tyler Wells was a Rule 5 pick for the Orioles back in 21. Never pitched in the big leagues before, and was in the bullpen only. I mean, he made 44 appearances that year. No start.
Yeah, he's going to do that there, JT.
Surgery the year before, they kind of wanted to get him mixed up a little bit in there. Boy, he first year in 22 last year was his first year to be a starter. He did well back in there.
I'm just bringing you guys to game 3 of this game of this series. So
Jr. with 1 away and the bases empty.
Outside ball one.
3-time All-Star, 2 for 7 in the series.
Cats are going 8 nuts again. My dog's going nuts.
Finally healthy and playing like a guy who has a lot
swung on and missed by Acuna.
Seasons.
1-1 to count.
Venezuela native, favorite player growing up. Not a surprise for most kids that grew up in Venezuela. The great future Hall of Famer Miguel Cabrera.
On the inside
Really
corner,
good pitch
strike
right there.
2.
You'll see Tyler Wells do that. He will own the top part of that strike zone.
Well, I mean, for Ronald Acuna, I mean, that's where you need to pitch him. You don't want him to stand his arm. So a lot of guys are trying to go in on him.
See where the glove is? Watch the glove and the location. Well done.
This would be a hard guy to face for one reason. I'm for sure a ton of reasons, Ben, but the fact that he is such a big swinger and there's not like a place where you can stay away from on him. He's a free swinger, as Vin Scully used to say, a free swinger. Well, and I would imagine those guys are hard to pitch to.
They are. I mean, you got to change the eye level off of him. You know, you got to go vertical up and down and in and out. You never throw him really the same pitch in a row.
Out number 2, a hard liner to the second baseman, over to first for out number 2.
You know, that's why you get a lot of hit by pitch. You know, they go up and in on him because you want to move him. You don't want him to stay in that zone and balance and look for his pitch all the time. And I think, you know, we go back when we were going over how to pitch Albert Pujols. You want to move his eye level. You want to move him back. If you let Albert Pujols sit there and get his timing on, you leave the ball over the plate.
Well, if you guys just now tuning in, the Braves still lead at 1-0.
Matt Olson solo homer.
Matt Olson stands in there for Atlanta.
So Wells starts him
in there for strike 1. Last time up, he hit a solo home run.
Tyler Wells,
so he's 1 for 1 today.
About 16% of the time. He's using it a little bit more than what he did last year. Trying to make his
upstairs ball
different than what it was last year. Heavy on the fastball last year. Not quite as many. How about that?
Does that make you miss pitching?
I'm gonna tell you something right now. When you hear it go by, it gives it a whole different meaning. When you don't, you can see it, but
downstairs, ball 2. So 2-1 to count.
Totally different. Because I mean, sometimes you're just lucky. Sometimes balls are hit so hard they just miss you. There's no way you could get a glove on it. And that was one of those cases. If that ball would have been more up and in, it would have been really ugly for Tyler Wells.
Swung on and fouled to the
2 strikes
screen.
count to Matt Olson.
But that's where you try to have good mechanics and you try to have your glove in front. You try to be in a fielding position when you let the ball go because you are clearly the closest guy to home plate. And as hard as guys are hitting the ball today, you better be in a pretty good fielding position just to be able to protect yourself.
Well, I mean, you can go back way how Maddox approached that. You win. Obviously, you won.
Upstairs, ball 3. So full count to Matt Olson.
You see when he fall down square because you want to be ready for that ball to come at him. So,
all right, JT.
Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Matt Olson, batting with the bases empty and 2 gone, and that one's hit way foul.
Wow. Just out in front of that
Middle
pitch.
Tank. No one that bought a ticket out there expected a souvenir this afternoon. Austin Riley due up next. Great crowd here on a Sunday morning. They had over 41,000 strong last night.
Swung on.
Olson trying the same ballpark, but that one not going to have enough as Hayes makes the
for
catch.
Out number 3. So we in
Wells.
the bottom of the 3rd. We go to the top of the 4th. Braves still lead at 1-0. So we'll be right back.
Wash has that routine with his infielders every day. Every day they do it.
Runner goes, a bouncer up the line that's foul, and it looked like Hayes had a pretty good jump that time.
Yeah, now that was a hit and run because you could see the peak back. So it was 3 hard steps towards second base, and then he picked up the ball, or what he hoped would be the ball being put in play, just to kind of get an idea of where the ball is. Straight steal, you won't see a peek back there. Just hit it for second base.
I like that. You know, you don't see it that much. You don't see those hit and run much in the game, and I like that hit and run.
I like it in this situation because Adam Frazier's a guy that doesn't strike out a whole lot, and so when you put a hit and run on, it forces one of the middle infielders to vacate their position. Whoever's covered, they got to go cover the bag for the throw. So what it does is opens up a potential hole for a guy that doesn't swing and miss a whole lot, hits a lot of ground balls.
Best contact bat on the roster, and Frazier dumps that one into right field. That's going to wrap Hayes around to third. Frazier's on his way to second. Throw scooted past the bag, not to change the calculus at all, however, and it's second and third with nobody out in the Baltimore fourth.
Boy, Adam Frazier is swinging it for the Orioles. Fastball, middle. Hands go first, and he just gets the barrel to it. A rocket right over the first baseman Olson's head. Now the foot race is on. And Adam Frazier runs right in the face of Ronald Acuna Jr. You can see the ball in front of him. He takes one look at Acuna and decides to get an extra 90 feet, and he is in there. So the Orioles second and third, and nobody out here in the fourth.
Well, he had to get a little gear to get to second base. You know, Ronald got great arm.
Yeah, with that arm out there.
Yeah.
First pitch to Ramon Urias is going to drive in a run. Tough throw for Arcia. They do get the out at first base, but credit Ramon Urias with the game-tying RBI. It's a 1-1 game.
Yeah, I felt like the Orioles missed a grand opportunity in the top of the third inning. They had bases loaded and only one out. Could not push a run across. Just a fielder's choice right here. He'll get an RBI for it. Arcia with a really nice play. That's a nice play, y'all. He made that look good. Watch him to the backhand side. A little bit of a fumble, but the strong, accurate arm across the diamond just gets Urias.
Oh, yeah, the bobble almost cost him the out. A good play. So 1 in, 1 out with a runner at second now for Kyle Stowers, a left-handed batter who struck out to open the third. Urias not wasting any time, putting that first pitch in play. The Orioles are an aggressive team offensively, as that one's dumped foul, and it's 1-1.
They are an aggressive team, it feels like, but they pick their moments. You know, if you look at pitches per plate appearance on the season, they see some of the most pitches in all of baseball per plate appearance, but there's also times where the game plan feels like it changes, and they'll go up and attack the very first pitch a lot of times as well.
I feel like they put the ball in play with 2 strike too, and put, you know, pressure on the defense.
Listen to every MLB game live or on demand with At Bat. Plus watch all minor league baseball, then live look-ins on MLB Big Inning. No blackouts. Visit MLB.com/atbat for details. The hottest team in the sport, we talked about the Boston Red Sox earlier, have kind of changed their identity as a lineup as well. And maybe we'll have a chance to talk about that a little bit later on. The Orioles are going to settle with only one here. A good job at limiting the damage by Bryce Elder, second and third with nobody out, and the Orioles settle with one.
All right, guys, here we go. Sorry about that.
Started the scoring
I had
in
to,
the first.
I had to do some chowing down on some food real quick.
I
didn't get a chance to have breakfast.
Riley,
so,
Albies, and Rosario.
So here we go.
Tyler Wells will have to run the gauntlet here to try to keep this a tie score.
Everything should be on. It should be good to go.
I mean, just
what
kind
they got going on down there?
I think they're capturing the spirit of.
What's going on?
Official umbrella
Do y'all want one of those little fruity drinks with some whipped cream on top of it and an umbrella too? I mean, what do you want?
They still think they're at the horse race.
Teamwork makes the dream work. You know what I'm saying?
Also,
Matt,
guys,
you were with us last year, but
face,
in Atlanta it was hot, just like this. I mean, I feel like it's
already down to a shirt. You never know. This could come off.
Every 3 innings, one article of clothing came off
should be.
Swisher, so.
Well, if you think it's hot,
actually, I'm a little bit ahead of the interactive right now.
I want a fully clothed Nick Swisher on the air. Ozzie Albies going backyard to the big leagues. A former switch hitter and a guy who
I appreciate it, bud. Thank you.
Jones about. Because a couple of natives of Curacao. This guy was born when you were 20 years old. I believe you're 20 years his senior, Andrew. I don't want to date you.
However you say it.
But at what point did you become aware of Ozzie Albies as a fellow Curacao native?
Well, I think I had an old picture of him that we took together a long time ago. And I know and in 2006 we had a picture together. That's like way long time ago. But you know, I started following him when he got to the Braves, and you know, he was actually shortstop. Came up with the Braves as shortstop, and went down to the minor league, and we talk and we see each other most, and I started following more closer. And you know,
Eddie Money.
He's a great kid.
Come on, Eddie.
This game, and he'd love to go out there and help every day he can. So I'm excited to see, you know, another fellow from Curacao on the Braves organization. I mean, I know we have quite a few ones from the Braves. You know, we started way back then with Randall Simon, myself, Jair Jurgens, that pitched with the Braves, that got traded from Detroit to
Andrelton Simmons.
So you know, we had a big group of kids from Curacao.
When you see those guys, what's the first language? Papiamento?
We speak Papiamento all the time.
That's the first one you go to?
Yes. Then, you know, if we get around, we might be speaking some Spanish. Then
well, the fan dropped that ball.
We get a little Dutch here and there, but we speak more Papiamento.
It's an amazing skill set.
The fan dropped the ball.
Wow. Hit me with some Papiamento right now. Just hit me with a little Papiamento to talk about.
That ball was just below the strike zone, and the home plate umpire still calls it a strike.
Well, I decided I walk it batiendo.
So Eddie Money, 2-2 to count, 2 out. There we go, base hit, Eddie Money, playoff Eddie. There we go. That's what we like. That's what we like to see. Eddie Money still hot, baby.
Linya, base hit.
It's like a base hit.
Yes. Sorry, guys, my dog's going nuts in the background.
They would get base hits off of me, and I'd hear him running the line going, Linya.
As you've heard earlier in the stream, dog's going nuts because of cats.
That's something that I did not learn.
So we got Marcell Ozuna.
To be
who's
honest
0 for 1, raced on an error in the second.
To really start because it's only like 3 or 4 islands down there that speak it. I mean, I don't know where it comes from.
So is it similar?
Strike one.
It's got a little Portuguese in it, and it's a mixture of everything. To be honest with you, we just talking.
0-1 to count to Marcell Ozuna, as we call him the bum.
Pick it up,
here in Atlanta.
2-out single for Eddie Rosario. Here's Marcell Ozuna now for a second time. Reached on the error back in the second, and he falls behind 0-2.
And ripped that ball tip off the end of the bat for strike 2.
He's picking up the last week, having a great series.
Welcome in, everybody. Hey, welcome in there, D.
You know,
how's it going, buddy?
Had a big homer on the opposite field, so I think he's picking up a little bit now.
Yeah, opposite field homer. That's not generally where the Ozuna power source comes from. I think that was a pleasant surprise for the Braves to see that.
But when hitters start struggling, though, I feel like they want to see the ball a little bit longer, let the ball travel to them a little bit longer. And I think that's kind of what he was doing. Like you mentioned, most of his home runs are on the pull side. But I think he's letting the ball travel, trying to see it a little bit longer and happened to run into a fastball. And straight away right field, it went.
Good eye on that one.
Boy, Rosario looks like he wants to go at first base. Ball and 2 strikes, the count to Marcell Ozuna.
I know, right?
he had a slow start in spring training, and then he picked it up. He finished strong in spring training, and coming into the season, and we all was trying to look for the same Ozuna that we had
upstairs
3 years
That's
ago.
right, 2-2 to count.
And slow start.
Normally Marcell is swinging at that pitch,
and, stuff like that. But he's a great hitter. I love his approach, and back then when we have him as one of the best hitters on the Braves staff, he was getting a lot of hits to right field, and I think, like you said,
and that's it.
Travel a little longer.
He can't go back over there. If he does it again, it's an automatic ball.
Though that a lot of people thought had a chance to maybe lead or be
Eddie Rosario
the National League in
gets
stolen bases. I don't think
second.
they've stolen as many bases as what people thought they would with the new rule changes and with the bases being a little bit bigger, a little bit closer from first to second. But they've been nicked up a little bit too. I mean, Acuna has been out, nicked up a little bit. Michael Harris has been out a little bit too.
Well, I'm surprised right there that Rosario wasn't off to the races, because Wells has already disengaged twice and thrown over, and we know because of the rules change, much talked about, if you go over there a third time and you don't pick him off, then the runner advances automatically.
Well, Tyler Wells is 6'8", but at 6'8",
that's right.
Gets rid of the ball at a reasonable amount.
Nice. Stolen base for Eddie Rosario and a walk for Marcell Ozuna.
A little micro rally brewing here with 2 out in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, pitching coach Chris Holt will come out for a quick visit with his big 6'8" right-hander.
Will they credit that as a stolen base?
They should.
Even though it was ball 4?
A reminder to suit up this season.
Because he was already on the move.
Check.
Cool.
He was already on the move to steal the base before the ball reached home plate. So, yeah, it should be wrote up as a stolen base and a 4-pitch walk to Marcell Ozuna.
The ballpark today.
Yeah, the interest is back in the Baltimore Orioles after last year. More and more fans showing up at the ballpark. Interest around the country. Snuck up on a lot of people last year. They're not sneaking up on a whole lot of folks this year.
We got Money Michael Harris. Money Mike.
Gone, and Michael Harris with a chance, looking for his first hit in the series.
Nice!
A swing on the first.
High and deep!
It's caught!
To the wall.
Oh, just shy of the. Oh, man!
Michael Harris Jr.
Oh, man, he had a good pitch to hit. Oh, man. He just kind of laid off that. If he would have got every bit of that, that ball would have been gone.
Yeah. But it fell short. Fell short by about 2 foot.
Darn it. Oh, well. There it is. That's all right, though. That's all right. We'll just gather him up next inning. Oh, man. I would like to see him get his second home run of the season. Oh. But, oh well, that's baseball, I guess. Live to see another day. But all right, guys. I know this was the first game of the day. Score is still 1-1. But the next games as follows is going to be Boston versus Philadelphia, Toronto versus Pittsburgh, Colorado and the New York Mets, Minnesota and Cleveland, the New York Yankees versus Tampa Bay, who New York beat the Tampa Bay last night. So Tampa Bay is now 27-7 for the year. They still lead their division though. Oakland and Kansas City.
They have the best record in the MLB yet.
Yes, they have the best record in Major League Baseball right now, but they're first in their division. You got Oakland and Kansas City at 2:10 Eastern, and then Detroit versus St. Louis, who St. Louis has had an abysmal season after acquiring Wilson Contreras from the Chicago Cubs. They have fell off the face of the earth, and I also heard that they're moving Wilson Contreras out of the catcher position and putting him in the outfield. Why would you put a catcher in the outfield? So here we go.
And on Peacock, a 1-1 ball game. As we hit the top of the 5th, top of the order for the Birds, Cedric Mullins, Anthony Santander, and Ryan Mountcastle against Bryce Elder.
The interactive will be up here just shortly.
Yeah, just a run, despite some run-scoring opportunities for the Orioles. And on the first pitch, he retires.
First pitch out to center field, right to Money Mike for out number 1.
If they lose this game, may look back to the 3rd and the 4th inning. In the 3rd inning, they had
I had me some leftover tacos from the other night.
Then you get 2nd and 3rd,
pretty
and
good.
nobody out in the 4th inning, and you only push across.
Yeah, I know you
Those
left
are
your
big
stream
time
high and dry
opportunities
for
you need to
about
capitalize
15
on.
minutes.
I mean, when you have
No, it was more like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, something like that.
No.
I'm sorry, guys. I had to eat.
Look
Oh,
at this. Look at all these. Look at this.
nice play.
Oh, man.
What?
Nope, his foot come off the bag.
Wow.
He was in a great
That would have been a hell of a play to get the
It
out.
would have been.
And unfortunately, Elder couldn't hang on to
It
the
deflected off of Matt Olson's
Elder
glove,
got him in the face.
Off the heel of his glove, but in the
and then Ozzie gets the ball, throws it over to first.
Elder just a little bit too fast getting there. As a pitcher, you need to chop
wait
it
a
down
minute.
right there. Keep your momentum from
Let's
going
see
that
again.
Be
Was
like
the tip
a
of
first
that
baseman and reach out at the last second. You see he's a little
Nope,
bit
he's
out
off.
in front, and does he keep
man.
it on or
Is that
not?
worth the challenge? Is that
It's
worth
pretty
the challenge?
close, but I think his toe come off the bag.
He left the base.
That's one of the hardest things to do for a pitcher is to get.
I don't
to
think
first
they're
base
gonna-
and the ball's
I don't
fouled
think
or kick
Snicker's gonna
someone else.
challenge
Now,
it.
You've got to chop your steps down and try to stop.
No,
on
I
top
don't
of the
think
bag.
so either.
Sometimes your momentum pulls you off, and it did for Elder.
Scored as an infield
Come
single
on,
for Santander.
You have
So
been
2
pitching in
pitches,
the
you get
damn
an
dirt
out,
all
and then you get that
game
action on the
long.
right side of the infield.
What
Like a
happened to
little
what
machine.
happened to him in his last start?
And
I
a
mean,
ball
he
and a strike,
pitched out
a ball and no strikes,
a
rather, to
6-run
Ryan Mountcastle.
shutout, and now he. I don't know
An
what's going
inning-ending
on with
double play
Elder.
in the first, a strikeout back in the 3rd, and Mountcastle has another opportunity with the man on.
Whatever pitch he
We got
keeps
a couple
trying to
teams here that can
throw.
roll some double plays.
He
now.
needs to stop throwing.
Braves have 30 on the year.
Yes, he needs to stop throwing it because all it's doing is going straight in the dirt every time, and he's not
Did I
fooling
see
any of the
10
batters.
double plays behind
Nope.
Kyle Gibson this year?
Yes.
That's insane.
Big time sinker baller. He can create some ground balls.
I mean, we're only in the first week of May, and
That's
he's
good
already
and bad,
rolled
right?
10.
It's good that
So
you've done it.
foul
It's bad that you
ball
got a lot
by
of traffic,
Mountcastle.
too,
So
from time
2
to
and
time.
1 to
But,
count.
You know, the Orioles were towards the top of baseball last year in turning double plays. The defense was one of the best defenses in baseball last year. And that's really how the Orioles made a 31-game improvement from 2021 to 2022 was the bullpen was one of the best in baseball, and the defense was off the charts.
Mountcastle.
Beautiful catch.
Acuna.
Nice catch. Acuna with the rundown.
Thought for a moment like that was going to split the gap.
Well, Ronald Acuna Jr. is
So that inside of that left knee is still good for Acuna that he took a two-seam fastball off of
him there off a right that ball is slicing
the other night.
slightly back towards him, and boy, right off
His knee must be feeling good because he's running. So
People
that's a
don't
good
understand.
sign.
I mean, Ronald Acuna was a center fielder coming through the minor league, and you know, obviously he did play some center field for the Braves in the big league, but I think his best position is right field, and he can do a
So
lot.
Henderson's up to
stuff
bat.
at right field.
There's
We throw
another
around
ball
this
in the
term
dirt.
five-tool player
Come on,
all the
Elder.
time, right? But you look in right field for the Atlanta Braves, and there's a real 5-tool player, a guy that can hit. He can hit for power. He can run. He can throw, and he can do that. He can run balls down too.
Ball to no strikes. The count's at
So
Gunnar
ball
Henderson.
one. Elder comes set. Outside, ball 2.
It's a 2-0 now.
He's pitching more
Henderson
balls than
was
strikes,
among
really.
the early preseason Rookie of the Year favorites in the American League. And as a guy from Alabama, he is playing in front of a lot of friends and family this series. He was an Angels fan growing up. Big Mike Trout guy.
In there for strike
By the way,
one
the Angels
on the
will be
outside
featured
corner.
Next
2-1 to
week
count.
on Peacock. A week from today, Angels in Cleveland. Santander creeping out to a conservative lead. Henderson puts
And a
it in
little
play.
nubber.
It's topped back
That
to
retires the
Elder.
side, baby.
That retires the side. Nice.
Get to the 5th.
We go
Middle of
to
the
the bottom of the
afternoon in
5th.
Atlanta, a 1-1 ball game.
Tied game, one apiece. All right, guys. Remember, get your chat poll votes in Also, it's absolutely free to hit that like button. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so the next time I do go live, you guys get the notification bell. And it does work. It does send me notifications to my phone to let me know I'm going live. So it does work. So, hopefully you guys had a good weekend so far. Hopefully you guys stayed out of trouble. So what did you guys do last night after the game? Let me know in the chat. Did you guys go to sleep? Did you guys stay up, have a few brewskis? Or did you just sit there and watch a movie on the TV and pass out? What? Let me know in the chat. I know what I did. I stayed up. I stayed up for a little while. But next weekend, guys, I'm possibly more than likely going to be gone. I'm going to be I'm going to go officially wet a hook for the first time this year. I have not wet a hook in pretty much a year. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to try to go catch a few fish. I haven't done it in almost a year, or a little over a year. So I think I'm overdue. So here we go.
And it'll be the bottom of the order for
Arcia
the Braves against Tyler Wells, who's done a pretty good job hanging around in this one. He gave up that early homer to Matt Olson, had to strand a couple of base runners in the fourth. Wells has been very good today. A step forward after a rocky performance on Tuesday in which he allowed 3 homers. There's a pop faded into foul territory. Mountcastle hoping for a play. He'll have none. It's 0-2.
Wells throws a lot of
and Mountcastle's like, oh, excuse me,
give up 16 home runs.
Wow, I wasn't expecting you there.
3 innings of work. Came in with 7 home runs in 35 innings of work.
Get out of my way.
I heard that, D. Hopefully you get better with that pulled muscle in your back, dude. That does not feel good at all.
3 strikeouts for him this afternoon.
Way outside, slider,
the Braves.
Ball 1.
This isn't even really anything critical. It's just matter of fact that the Braves hitters will swing and miss. Since 2020, they've got the highest whiff rate in the game. I don't think anybody's going to complain when they're
downstairs,
scoring
ball
5.5
2
runs a night, and they're leading the league in homers.
Man, I see that approach change the last 3-4 years, and since they won that championship.
Wells comes set.
Going out there and drive the ball.
Downstairs, ball 3. Good at bat by Orlando Arcia.
I think that's what.
Damn good at bat. Full count.
Although I feel like it is beginning to circle back a little bit about more guys having a little bit better 2-strike approach and trying to put.
Wells comes set.
Drop in. That's going to be
swung on. Base hit. Right field in the gap. Going to the wall. Orlando Arcia stand up double with a leadoff double by Orlando Arcia. Welcome back, Arcia. Welcome back to the team. That's a way to come back after being gone for 21 games. That's right. Let's go. Woo! Boy, I like to see when the Braves hit.
Like you say, the Braves be missing it, man. I think, you look back from the previous month that the Braves been playing. He was the one that be doing all the damage down at the bottom.
So Chadwick Trump up there for Atlanta takes first ball up and in.
See him back and
ball 1.
Big double right now with no outs.
So a runner in scoring position now for Chadwick Trump.
Outside, ball 2.
Call on that ball that missed, and it's 2-0.
So 2-0 to count to Chadwick Trump.
That ball about a ball off the outside part of the plate.
Chadwick getting a start here this afternoon in favor of Sean Murphy.
Big swing and a miss.
Big.
Nice
Oh, yeah.
Fastball hitter to the plate.
No doubt.
Not wanting to give in as well. It's 2-0 count.
Okay, well, that answers my question that you can hear me.
Cutter on the outside
yes.
part.
Top of the order,
I
waiting
sent you a
next.
text.
Troubling bats.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Olsen, and then Riley
I've
shouldn't
seen
go
it.
any deeper.
Now that should count as
Trump
his
native from
him going after
Aruba.
that batter.
That speak puppy
Yeah.
mental too. So I think him and Ozzy
I think so, too.
Speaking a lot of puppy mental together.
You got that right,
Chadwick
D.
was called back up to the
D
big
Train
league
needs to be
roster
back in the
after
lineup. He should be
injury
reinstated soon enough.
led to that
Has he
opportunity.
not come
Travis
back
Garner
since
won the
that
7-day
collision at home
concussion
plate?
IL.
Not yet.
Wow,
He's been in
Usually
rehab.
That's
catches
a lot.
here.
Of, that's
Sean
a lot of
Murphy
games, man.
is
Yes.
a landscape changer for the
But-
I thought they said it was just a concussion to start.
It was a concussion. Then they gave him a few days off after that, and then sent him to AAA, to the Gwinnett Stripers, and he's had a few rehab starts, and he said he's felt
Brian
fine.
said
So
today, you know, what kind of
it's just whatever the Braves want to do
you know,
as far as
get
putting
it,
him
they
back in the
know
lineup
what
to
kind of player
reinstate
they're
him.
getting. And
probably
seeing,
send Trump
you
back
play in
down to
Oakland,
AAA.
You know, you don't on the West Coast. You don't see these
So,
guys play much.
so we'll see
games,
what
but,
happens.
You know, see what he's doing the last, you know, the last few months. That
He got a piece of that one, but
Yes, he did, but
Come on.
foul.
we see why he's all about. One of the great, you know, catchers in the game. Defensive catcher in the game. And now
Just a little foul
He changes
by a
it on
country
both sides of the
mile.
ball. I mean, defensively, blocking, throwing. How about a throw he made last night?
So full count to Trump.
Seventh pitch of the at-bat on its way. Runner at second to start the inning. Got him.
Oh, man. Strike 3.
Oh, Tyler Wells back to that cutter again. Fourth punch out of the day for Tyler Wells.
Out number 1. We got
So still a runner at
Acuna.
second, one out for Ronald.
We got Ronald Acuna coming up to bat for Atlanta with 1 out. Arcia on second.
For younger, very
So first
elite
pitch in there for ball
company,
1.
and on that very small
Let's see if
list of players,
Acuna
Andrew
can
Jones
get
has represented Mike
a
Trout.
single or a double
What kind
here
of
and
start to a career that Ronald
knock
Acuna
in
Jr. 's
Arcia
off
to
to?
take the lead here.
like Ben say, you talk about 5-tool player. This is a 5-tool player.
He's got all 5 of them.
He was
Oh,
a
big old
little
rip.
late
There
on
was a
that one.
6-tool.
He was a little
Yeah,
late.
he's a little late.
To go out and perform,
Just a
he'd be
little late.
6-tool player because he got a lot
He had a
If
pitch
he
to
would've
hit
been
right there.
a little sooner than that, that shit would
But the
be
fact that
gone.
he took that first
Oh, yeah.
pitch is something of an anomaly. Take a look at the highest career OPS board. I mean, he is all over franchise leaderboards, active leaderboards, you
Good
name
eye.
You know, we were
Inside.
discussing this before the game too.
Very
I said,
nice
he felt
eye.
like that Acuna coming back from that knee
Very
issue
nice.
last year. Although the knee was healthy and he was well, he just maybe wasn't quite trusting it yet, you know. And it took a little bit of time for him to. And that's not uncommon, I think, for players to get injured.
So Matt Olson on
You're
deck.
healthy and you're ready to go, but in the back of your mind, you're just wondering, am I really healthy? It took him a while to figure that out.
Swung on.
Out to right
Out to right field
field.
for Stowers.
Runner's going to move
And
third.
that's out number 2.
Here we go.
Advancing to third on the fly ball is Arcia.
Well,
I didn't think
you moved the
Arcia was
runner
gonna
up
give
90
this a
feet.
shot 'cause
We'll
Kyle
take it.
Stowers has been throwing the ball
That's right.
and moving
Matt
well in
Olson
the
coming to
outfield.
bat.
And Stowers got some momentum coming forward here, and he kind of just lets it go. Not quite on line, a little bit toward the left field side. Rios knocks it down, keeps it in front.
Well, I think this put pressure on the pitcher right here because, you know, it's easy to, you know, not trying to make a mistake with ball.
So Matt
third,
Olson
and put
coming
a lot
in
of
to
pressure on
bat
the catcher
for
to keep the
Atlanta.
ball, you know, in front of him.
He's 1 for
You
2
know, they
today
go
with a
ahead and
solo
run it just
home run
90
in the
feet
first.
away. You kind of think as a pitcher, I know
That was a 413-foot homer as well.
You know, but
Oh, nice.
Especially the guy that just hit a home run off you, and you know you're going to be really careful with him. So, you know, Arcia tag on that play right there is huge because he's going to have to keep that ball from hitting the dirt or trust your catcher.
And I think that's what this conversation was about. Was listen, we got 2 out. The guy at home plate right now already got a homer off of you. Hit another ball pretty deep.
They're chopping at the
Let's make our
at the
pitches. If we don't
ballpark.
make our pitches, we'll face the right-hander who's on deck in Austin Riley.
We chomping too.
Baltimore's got their bullpen hot for the first time.
Oh, a little
today
check swing
with
by Matt
Austin
Olson.
Post
Foul.
the first
Strike
man
1.
up.
Come on, baby.
Got some
Come on, Matty.
bullpen action
That
going.
plays all along the beltway.
Baltimore Orioles.
Come
on, Matt.
Bouncing around quite a bit off the bag at third base. I mean, he is
Good
halfway down the line.
Nice.
Everything
Yes, sir, indeed.
Distract Tyler Wells.
That was one of those pitches that you just kind of want to swing at.
Yeah,
almost at the shortstop.
Yeah,
that's right.
Held off.
He's expecting the ball to be pulled on the ground towards that way.
Look at the distance he's let off that base.
Ball and a strike to count to Matt Olson. Up and in.
Up and in. Got it to the screen. Strike two.
Tyler Wells has one of those high spin rate fastballs, right? He spins it about 2,400, 2,500 RPMs. The average big league fastball spins about 23.
Yeah, right at the camera.
What that means is
I like that view, man. That was cool as hell.
Yeah. Like most fastballs. So when he gets ahead, he likes to stay up in the zone.
All two.
Nice.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Change up. Maybe change the eye level.
Olsen's got a really good eye for those.
I think that's what
Yes, he does.
That's what
he don't normally swing and whip at stuff like that.
Austin Riley,
not like other batters do.
Yeah.
Wells has had to work hard this inning. This will be his
He's got a good eye and he's got
pitch of the inning.
self-control.
Yes, he does.
And Olsen giving him a good battle.
Oh yeah, Matt Olson's definitely giving him a battle here.
Wells this year has been a reverse splits guy. He's gotten lefties out a lot better than he's gotten righties out.
James McCann set up on the outside, and that ball was pitched over the plate. So,
well, he got that cutter. I think that's what make the difference.
Oof.
Inside.
All the way to a full count now.
All 3.
There you go, a little
So full
right
count.
on the inside part of the plate.
Come on.
Pitch was cutter too,
Come on,
so
Matt.
He got in on Matt right there, and I think he's trying to jam him with that cutter.
Come on, Matt.
But this is a guy right here I am not giving into in this situation.
Third full count at bat this inning.
Chopper down
And
the
it's
first
bounced out
base
to
line.
first
That's
base.
it.
Mountcastle to Wells
And that's
covering.
the second
And a leadoff double is left straight.
second rare ground ball that Matt Olson has hit. Matt Olson doesn't normally hit into ground balls like that. So, all right, guys, thank you for tuning in today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to say thank you. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe, hit the notification bell, and it's absolutely free to hit that like button. I've got 10 likes. Let's see if we can make it 15. 5 away from 15. So let's see what we can do here. The more people we get, the more likes I get, the more the YouTube algorithm pushes the channel. The more active you're in the chat, it also pushes the channel as well. So let's see if we can get some more people in here. I know it's an early game. And I know it's very early, still early in the day. And it's hard to, watch a game this early, but we're here. So let's see what happens here. So what do you think of this game so far, bud?
Well, the game's been good.
I think so
Been
too.
back and forth.
Yeah,
You know
back and
how
forth.
You know how I feel about that? That I like seeing games where it's like a chess match between the two teams.
That's right.
Because you see more of their talent in defensive plays as well as offense.
That's right. Yeah, definitely. It's been a seesaw battle. Even last night was a seesaw battle, but Braves come out on top on that one, 5-4. And this game here is a close battle, 1-1. So here we go.
This game coming up.
Elder's first pitch is a
rally
strike.
for them to bring us back just to watch that one as fans.
Nice.
I don't work it necessarily. I'd like just to be there to watch it.
Looks like Elder's working on his 80th. I think he's on his
I'm all in on that.
80th
Bryce
pitch,
Elder back
81st
to
now.
work. He has been splendid here today, as has his
Top of the
counterparts
sixth, and he's
opposite
still in
number
there.
Tyler Wells.
Yeah.
This will
And
probably
Austin
be
Hayes,
his
the first
last
to lead
inning,
off
though.
Yes.
Tampa.
We'll
It'll be
see.
Hayes, Frazier, and Urias.
Yeah, well, I don't think Snicker's going to leave him out there like he did with Fried. Fried was left out there too long
against a really good offense.
in the first game.
Elder was, of course,
especially on Friday night.
Really
Trey was left in there
pitcher.
way too long.
In fact, a couple of high school no-hitters are on the resume for Bryce. Pitched, as Ben mentioned, at the University of Texas. He was a Longhorn, 5th-round draft selection by the Braves in 2020, but it wasn't always baseball.
2-2. Oh.
In fact, we showed you a number that compared his start to a season favorably to the great Tom Glavine. He's got a couple of things in common with the Hall of Fame left-hander, including a love of golf. At one point, Bryce thought that the PGA Tour was going to be his pro sports ticket.
Come on, Elder.
Something about Braves pitchers and golf.
Jeez.
That's right.
Stop going to that pitch.
Glavine, Maddox, Smoltz trio, famous.
Every time he's thrown that pitch, it's always been in the dirt.
Morning rounds. Did they ever invite you guys, Andrew? Any
And he
position
doesn't
players
get
to join
bad
those guys?
swinging on it.
Training.
So.
I think,
no, he doesn't.
My first time
All
playing, Smoltz gave me probably like 20 strokes.
Go ahead, runners. Now on base.
Stroke a hole.
Oh my goodness.
And I still couldn't beat him.
Still couldn't beat him.
Still couldn't beat him. But this was a long time ago. I think if you give me, that.
I think with D-Train pretty much good to go. I think
we talk about
you're going to see the reinstatement of D-Train after this game.
5th-round pick was Bryce Elder. And
I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's what the Braves are going to do.
2020 for the Braves. Spencer Strider. So you get Spencer Strider, and you get Bryce.
We got Colin McHugh
in the 5th round.
Yep. You got Colin McHugh warming up in the Braves bullpen.
Right, for sure. Well, it's not a coincidence that the farm director that made those decisions now the general manager in Houston, right? I mean, those talents get rewarded. Bryce was a Michael Young fan growing up.
Outside
One of
ball
the
one.
all-time Rangers greats.
Come on, Elder.
A ball and no strikes. The count to Adam
Stop
Frazier
pitching
with a man
balls,
on.
man. We
Frazier
need
has had
strikes.
a nice afternoon. He has walked and doubled.
Double play.
That's tailor-made for
Yes.
two. Albies
Save
to
on first.
Garcia.
Damn.
Back to Olsen. Not in time.
Just
Frazier
couldn't pull
beats
the
it
double.
out.
Yeah, because that runner was scooting down the line. Well, we get the force out.
Wasn't quit hard enough. Garcia with a
Yeah,
big arm
that's-
coming across the diamond, but not.
I mean, if you can't pull that double, you definitely want to get that force out so it doesn't put him in, close to scoring.
That's
Well,
right.
You've been very complimentary to Adam
So
Frazier today,
we'll
despite
take
the fact
that.
that he's a Mississippi
Oh
State
yeah, no
guy.
doubt.
Kind of expected
I
you
love
to.
my Stark Vegas people, except when LSU plays.
That's what
Mississippi
I was.
State.
I thought you were going to lean into all that college rivalry stuff on him.
There's only 3 games a year. I don't like Mississippi State.
It's that
Well, LSU has
sinker
put
ball,
together
man,
one
that he
heck
keeps
of a team
throwing.
in
It's in the
college
dirt.
baseball.
Yeah.
Could very well make
almost
Major
every
League history
time.
this year. The first and the second
Yeah,
pick.
that sinker,
One
sometimes
team
it works
draft.
for him, sometimes it don't.
Dylan Cruz expected to go number 1. The LSU
Yeah.
center fielder, and Paul Skeens
Maybe it's not a sinker.
expected to go number 2. That's never happened in the history of the draft.
Well, there it is. The answer to the question being asked in the production truck: in which inning would Ben McDonald start talking about LSU?
We'll see
It's
here.
top
We'll see
of
if
the
he puts
6th.
another one
I
in.
waited a while.
There.
I had the under on
About
it.
time you get one down the
They've
pipe.
been number 1
for a
all
Yeah.
along, but there's some concern there. When Paul Skeens doesn't pitch, the LSU pitching staff has a 10 ERA. So obviously he can't pitch every game.
Yeah, I think it's his sinker ball that he's
Ball and a
that
strike
he
to count to Ramon
puts
Urias,
down
who
in the
drove
dirt
in
so much because
Baltimore's
these
lone run
sliders
back in
haven't
the
looked
4th.
too bad. See, right there in the dirt.
Yep.
It looked like Frazier trying
Sinker
to go right there.
or slider. That's what it said,
Hold
slider.
on,
got
I'm
6 stolen
waiting
bases
for
already.
it. No, not yet. It
I
hasn't
like
come up to
Frazier.
say what
He's
it
a
is.
good player.
At least not
He's
from.
one of the guys that you want on
Okay.
your team.
Yeah, they
that was
picked
a
him up because of
sinker.
the
Yep,
experience for
that
one
was
thing.
the
He's
sinker
very
ball.
good above average defender. And he's
There he goes. And he's going
Fly
to have
out.
to go back. Had a nice jump that time, too.
90%
I'd
of
be pretty
today,
aggressive.
his sinker balls have been.
You know, Adam Frazier,
in the
for
dirt.
whatever reason, had a hard time replicating his success
quite
in San Diego
considerably ahead of
that he had in Pittsburgh,
the plate.
where you were just used to this guy rolling out of bed and
For a
going 1
while
for
there, the
3,
catcher
2 for
was
4.
having
He
problems
was a 300
stopping that
hitter.
ball.
Yeah.
And sometimes that
Now
Exactly.
at least the catcher
Scenery,
is getting in front of that
you go
ball
from
a lot better now.
an NL Central
Yeah.
environment to the NL West, where there's marine layer air and you've got the unbalanced schedule.
So
that
2-2
at
to
the time
count.
they had, and it just didn't click for him.
You
out
got
there.
Urias up
It's
the
tough.
bat,
I mean,
and you
change
got
is always
Frazier on
tough.
first.
you know,
swung.
You want to go out there and show that you belong.
They're gonna
and
call
you
that
can
fair
help
or
that team win.
ball? Okay.
And you know, being
Do it again. Do it too.
not saying anything about Pittsburgh, but having losing records, you know, quite a few years, and you go to a team that, hey, we're here to win, and we want you to be part of the winning team, and you know, trying to do too much
He'd be working on his 92nd pitch.
Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ramon Urias. Four hits for Baltimore, just 3 hits for Atlanta today, and it almost stands to reason after 2 high-scoring games with a lot of activity on base on Friday and Saturday nights that the quick turnaround today might slow things down as far as the pace of play, and it has certainly the pace of base runners. Elder's next offering home stays high. It's a full count now.
There's full count.
There's some Atlanta bullpen activity for the first time today
like
as well. The veteran
too.
right-hander Colin McHugh is up. Guy that gives Brian Snitker a lot of options. He can go long. He can set up.
It says that was a sinker. Clear up like that.
Frazier runs again, and it's fouled away.
Fouled off.
Nice.
We'll do it again.
Adams getting his running in.
He has thrown 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2.
Yeah, this may be the last inning too for Elder as well. I think Tyler Wells could be out of the game as well. Tyler Wells is at 96 pitches.
He's thrown 4 sinkers.
Elder in the mid-90s as
and
well.
1, 2, 3.
I think this curse
3 sliders so far this outing.
Give time
or this at bat
for the bullpen to get ready. So we might be looking at this is the last inning for both pitchers.
Don't miss a thing this season. Follow at MLB. The 3-2 pitch on, fouled away. We'll do it again.
Oh.
9th pitch of the plate appearance coming up.
Yeah, we know how those feel. Yep.
He was jumping around like a little jumping bean.
Yep.
Oh, right in the balls, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Right in the balls, dude.
Yeah, right in the family jewel, boy. Ooh.
Damn lucky you're wearing a cup, son.
Yeah.
Only if he catches his breath. He's checking
I think it was.
now. See where it's at.
Oh, he has.
I think it was.
I would hope he's wearing a cup.
Oh, one of the Marlins players, when the Braves were playing the Marlins, the catcher took a shot, same spot.
There he goes again, and once again, it's fouled off. I mean, somewhere
Took a shot at the same shot, and he wasn't wearing one, and he went down in a heap of pain. Like 5-10 minutes later, he finally sat back behind home plate.
Oh man.
Frazier's going there. Please put the ball in play.
All right, JT, you have a good one, bud.
The next 3-2 pitch,
Then
and
go.
that one misses. I think Frazier might have just said, "Take it off."
I think he did. He's like, I had enough. I had enough.
Yep, he's done.
That's it.
Brian Snitker,
That's
and
it
he's
for
walking slowly because
Bryce
I think he
Elder.
got the hook in his pocket. 2 walks in the inning, and yes, the Braves will make a pitching change. We'll be right back.
So with that being, we're going to a commercial break. We're gonna take a quick pause as well. We'll be right back.
His 8th appearance of the year. Spent a little time on the IL early in the season
Colin
with shoulder
McHugh.
inflammation. He's been really good with the Braves the past
In
couple
there
of
for
years. Last year,
Atlanta?
starting in around early May, around this time, worked to the tune of a sub-2 ERA for the rest of the season. And they'll try to strand a pair of base runners here with only one down in the 6th.
It's going to be heavy on the breaking ball. He throws that sweeping slider about 52% of the time, the cutter 40% of the time, so only 6% fastballs by Colin McHugh.
Or sorry, Stowers.
Yeah, before anybody can even settle in, Kyle Stowers digging in. Chad Trump wanted to go out for a last-minute visit.
Slow start last year. Then he pick up after that, and you know, been a horse since
We need a double play right here.
Stowers hitless so far today, and 0 for his last 9, dating back a little bit farther.
Well, and if you're going to pick on something for the Braves, it's going to be their bullpen. They come in with a bullpen ERA of 16th best in Major League Baseball. So that's the one thing that's now you get Iglesias back. That changes everything. He came back yesterday and he had a save yesterday against the Orioles. So that's going to put everybody back in their more comfort zone in their normal spots in that bullpen. But still, an ERA of 3.8, 16th
whiffing on that one.
Oh, yeah, he did.
At this point, especially when you consider what they
Nice
did last year.
pitch.
They had the 4th best bullpen in baseball last year.
Nice cutter.
I said they're perfect. I mean, when you get a chance, you know,
89-mile-an-hour cutter
bad
ball.
guy get hurt,
He's throwing
everything start
back-to-back
pushing
cutters.
back. So everybody need to start going, you know, different roles, you know, through the whole bullpen.
I was looking
Makes
at.
a difference.
I wasn't looking at the video screen that has the stream on it.
Make a huge
By having
difference.
batter call timeout.
For the Braves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
0-2 the count to Kyle
Got him
Stowers.
swinging.
Yes.
Got
We
him
are
on 3
heading.
pitches. You know, as much as the Braves
that was strikeout number
had
1.
some hiccups without
That's out number 1.
One of the
That's
things
out
they've
number
done
2.
so
Excuse me.
well as a unit.
No, my bad.
No, that's out number
Sorry.
2.
Major League Baseball, in the percentage
all right.
of at-bats where at least 2 of the first 3 pitches are strikes. 70% of the Braves' relief innings.
So we got
At-bats, that is. Read out that way. 2 of the first 3 pitches for strikes, and it's a 3-pitch strikeout that starts things.
Yeah, I couldn't get his name
Rush,
out, so
Rush.
I missed giving his.
I know. We butcher last names, guys, so
Make an
sorry.
appearance in this game,
We're
despite
butchering
the
last
fact that he
names.
wasn't in the starting lineup. Baltimore's all-world catcher with a good chance here with runners on.
Ball
I
one.
think that Brandon Hyde was kind of
Downstairs.
sitting on him for an opportunity just like this.
No doubt. I mean, look, he's played in every game this year now, and he's caught just about every game. You got first and second and 2 out, a chance for him to put the Orioles up.
Come on, McVaughn, or whatever your name
We
is.
talked about this long trip that the
Q.
Orioles are wrapping up today.
I'm just gonna call you McFly.
And, you know, not to indicate that Rutschman is going badly.
Hey, McFly!
Because he's in the midst of a big year. He has strung together a couple of rough nights at the plate, however, hitting some bad luck. He's 0 for his last 12.
That was way. We'll take it because
we'll take it. Yeah.
Pitching,
Tough pitch
but
right
that
there,
was
but
no freaking strike
not
at
what you
all,
want.
man.
No, but we'll take it.
Not a coincidence, Oriole fans will say, that winning percentage has ticked up since Rutschman's debut a little less than a year ago. Tried to check
did he go?
3-1 the count?
And
Nope.
does so on the appeal.
Check this swing.
He put an Oriole uniform on to big league.
It looked like he went around. Yeah, he did.
I don't think so. I think he checked it. I think he checked it.
When he's behind home plate, the pitchers hardly ever shake off anything. He's adapted very well to the league. The boy's been even better offensively this year than what he was
Ball
last year.
forward. Base juice.
Oh,
And he
my
draws
goodness.
ball 4.
And that's what he does a lot right there. He'll give you the best at bat day in and day out for the Orioles.
Yeah, even when he's not swinging the bat per se, he has still reached base safely more than any other American League hitter because of that ability to draw the walk. And they're loaded now for Cedric Mullins.
Go back what you say, Ben. I mean, you know, the catcher make different on pitching staff.
And we got Cedric Mullins.
You know, you
Foul
wanna all
off
get
the foot.
together and have
Strike
the
one.
right game plan.
Cedric
and,
Mullins,
the consistent
career with
of
bases
having the
loaded.
same
He's
guy
got
that you
27
throw
at
to
bats,
all
and
the
out of that,
time.
he has a
I like
.407
that kid,
average with
and,
2 grand
you know,
slams.
came up last year, and I followed his career.
What I love about him as a catcher, some catchers, their defense, their offense affects their defense. When Adley Rutschman started off slow last year for the Orioles, he still was committed to the pitching and what he was doing on the defensive side of the ball.
Where the hell was he throwing that to?
1 ball, 1 strike.
Kick off in the damn bleachers or what?
Shortstop, catcher, center field,
Oh, he's gonna walk somebody home, man.
Your offense.
But young players,
that's the way it's looking like, isn't it?
Do you get a feel for what the big leagues is all about? Because sometimes you take your at bats onto the field, which is defensively.
Yes.
But Rutschman's been able to separate his.
2 balls and 2 strikes. There have been a handful of previous plate appearances between Cedric Mullins and Colin McHugh.
Top of the 6th. 1-1 game. Cedric
really
Mullins 0 for 5, 4 strikeouts. Career
Come on, Colin.
Career versus McHugh.
2-2 pitch.
Downstairs, ball 3, full count.
Breaking ball to fill the count.
Boy, neither one of these
Come
teams
on.
today have a base hit with runners in scoring position. The Orioles 0 for 6, and the Braves are 0 for 4.
Big opportunity right here.
Come on, Colin.
Rutschman running. Here's the 3.
Yes!
McHugh's mastery over Cedric Mullins continues as once again Atlanta pitches out of a jam.
Big-time pitch by Colin McHugh.
But you shouldn't need to take it down to a nail-biter like that, man.
No.
Come on with some of those
off
pitches.
the field in a big situation. We are 1-1 going to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Woo! Oh, Bryce Elder's like, yes! Woo! All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in so far. Thank you so much. I got my buddy, my co-host, my buddy from many, many, many years, GB from C Sports Network and Klein HBS.
No.
His pages are linked in the description below. You can check out his page. Send him a subscribe and a like. Look at his content. He produces some great content as well. So you guys can check out his pages as well. And if you haven't not already done so, please hit that like button, guys. It's absolutely free to hit the like button. I'm on a go to 15 likes. I'm already at 10. So I'm 5 away from 15. So we'll see what the Braves do here in the later stages of this game from now until the 9th inning. But I will take down the chat poll at the end of the bottom of the 8th inning after the Braves, after they're at bat at the bottom of the 8th inning. I will take the chat poll down. So make sure you guys get your votes in. So they're still on a little bit of a commercial break. So we got Austin Riley, Ozzy Albies, and Eddie Money Rosario due up for Atlanta.
I'll spend a day.
So here we go.
Another sellout crowd here today, the 10th sellout of the season. The Braves have sold out 10 of their 17 home dates already.
They just said the Braves have sold out 10 of their 17 home starts so far.
Yep.
Mike Plant and
that's
everybody
great
else.
fan.
Yes, they are.
Put this together.
But
they went
they
all
say
around
it's sold out.
different cities and look
Doesn't
at
look like
ballparks and look
man,
at,
they could fit way more people in there.
What to make
it looks like some people didn't show up, or they're going to get their snacks.
Look at behind there. There's all kinds of empty seats.
I love it.
Yeah, I know.
Austin Voth is a new
that's
pitcher
weird
for the
that they
Orioles,
say that they sold this
Austin
game
Riley,
out, and I
Ozzy
see
Albies and Eddie
tons
Rosario.
of empty seats.
Yep.
Austin Voth had a rough start to his season out of the bullpen. He
You think they're
home
trying to
run
lie
in
to
each
us?
of his first 5
What the hell?
appearances,
I mean,
but he's been better as of late. It was a huge part of the Orioles last year with that pitch right there, his breaking ball.
Strike one to Austin Riley.
Boy, he was a spot starter at times.
Or maybe
really
those seats,
starting.
who knows, maybe those are the
bullpen.
high-end, huge expensive ones or something. I don't know.
Counts a ball and a strike on
Austin
Austin
I
Riley.
see
He's
at
been
least 10
quiet so
seats
far
right now
today.
that has
0 for
absolutely
2.
nobody.
Yep.
More extra base hits than anyone not named Aaron Judge. across Major League Baseball last year for Austin Riley. Some of the bullpen ranks for the Birds, middle of the pack in ERA, and the innings total is probably the one that you might want to keep an eye on there. It's not a coincidence that teams with the fewest bullpen innings play in the postseason.
Oh, what a big rip by Austin Riley. Foul
with the fewest
behind home plate.
All played in the postseason, and the two teams with the very fewest bullpen innings met in the World Series.
Yeah. Bullpen innings, you know, each guy in the bullpen has a battery life for the season. You know, when that battery life gets used up, you can't hit the recharge button, you know, and that was
so 2-2 to count to Austin Riley.
We got to speak to him
outside, ball 3, so full count.
My starters have to begin to give more length into these ball games where I can start to save some of my bullpen guys. That's a concern, and those numbers showed that. It was the same way last year, and the Oriole bullpen was outstanding last year, but I felt like it started to tire a little bit down the stretch just because they were used so much.
Fly ball into shallow
fly ball into
right field, easily caught.
And Stowers is there to make the catch.
Riley got up underneath that pitch.
Well, I know that we're here in Atlanta at Truist Park, but back at Camden Yards,
see, man, I see all kinds of seats as they're going down the
changes
camera.
They made to the ballpark.
Every 2 rows, there's a
I would imagine the right-hand fielders in particular have a lot more confidence pitching there than those in your day may have.
It's weird that they say that they sold out today when they didn't.
The most home runs in baseball the last 4 or 5 years.
Maybe they did.
To one of the
like the tickets were sold, and people just didn't show up.
And it's a way to attract potential free agent.
I mean, technically,
pitchers,
you did sell out
pitchers into Baltimore now. And you know, it's tough. I mean, hitters don't like to hit there. The right-hand hitters do not like to hit in Baltimore that much anymore because it's so big out toward left field. Now, everything else is still the same, and the ball still really jumps from right field over towards left center field, but it's certainly a pitcher's park now.
Counts a ball and a strike to Ozzie Albies.
He went for it again.
You know, the experience when this place opened in 2007.
Didn't get over far enough.
You were retired at that point, but you remember the dialogue. Everybody thought this was going to be a bandbox because there were 2 homestands to start that year, April of 2017.
Oh, yeah, to the Chop House, baby. Those tickets right there are always sold out for the Chop House.
The area around the ballpark has grown up a little bit.
Let's see somebody put a homer out that goes right inside the doorway of the Chop House.
Jock Peterson did it in 2021.
Now is that this is a
Matt Olson hit one over where the blue roof is. Yeah, he hit his first home run when he was with Atlanta.
It kind of reversed from the building and
got him swinging
to left.
Oh man.
Albies waves and misses.
Got him swinging, and I mean that one. I still feel. Who knows what the hell he was swinging at on that one? Look at this.
I think that's, for me, that might be the jet stream of this ballpark.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how awkward he was coming out of the batter's swing. How low
2 quick outs for Austin Voth. Now Eddie Rosario, who has a single and a strikeout today.
So 2 outs for Eddie Money. Come on, Eddie. I believe in you. Downstairs, ball 1. Just
not to discredit
Eddie Rosario, 255 average, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs on the year.
But this feels like 2 lineups.
He's 1 for 2 today. A single in the 4th.
Involved in long, high-scoring games the past couple.
Sorry about
of
that.
nights.
9-4 on. I wasn't trying to walk over you, but
no, it's fine.
And then yesterday,
they flashed it up there so fast that if we don't get it out there,
yeah, exactly.
To win to even up the series.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's been a great series.
I just wanted to apologize about walking on you a little bit.
No, you're good, brother.
2-1 lead going into the 7th inning in Game 1.
Downstairs, ball 2.
In the 7th to put that one away, and then the Orioles
2-1
had a 1-run lead going into the 8th.
I have no problem with that.
Last night, and Kevin.
If I don't catch it, you catch it. I'm fine with it.
For a 2-run homer and gave the Braves a 1-run lead.
I'm just glad we're
game. So it's been kind of like 2
we're both in sync,
punchers, right? Kind of going back and forth.
Swinging a miss. 2-2.
Ooh, big whiff by Eddie Money.
They top in the division, and you know, Baltimore's not right behind the Rays, but
Kuna's chomping at the bit there. He wants to get up there. He's on deck.
And it's going to be a battle, and you know, they match up at the same way as
that's going to retire the side. We are heading to the top of the seventh.
Edge on them on the
a 1-1 ball game,
Austin
guys.
both doing his part. A routine 1-2-3, bottom of the sixth, still a 1-1
game. The Orioles have 4 hits to the Braves 3, and both teams have 1 error.
Yes, they do. Man. That's a close game through 6 innings. Oh. But yeah, guys, if you guys just now tuning in, the score is still 1-1. We're going to the top of the 7th. Orioles are coming up to bat. Anthony Santander is 1 for 2 today. Mountcastle and Gunnar Henderson is going to be the 3 batters coming up for the Orioles. Santander, he's been hitting the ball in this series pretty darn good. He's already hit 1 solo home run and a grand slam in the Friday night game. He hit some pretty darn good pitches last night in game 2, but the Braves came out on top by 1 with a Kevin Pillar 100th career home run, which you can see that on the channel. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, you can most certainly do so if you haven't catch that home run yet. But so the Braves came out on top on that game, and then today it's 1-1. So it's a close-knit game. We Braves fans, we live for the adrenaline, but we don't like it this close. So here we go.
Well, Mike Elias,
hey, I'm a Braves fan. Speak for yourself. I like these close games like this.
I know you have. I know you. Yeah, you definitely have something to say to that.
Second round pick the same
yeah, I like close games like this. It brings out the best in the players.
Yeah, that's true.
We already had the discussion earlier about the Cubs
of
2016. The first breaking Cubs that won a World Series since Chicago won its year. 0-2, meanwhile, to Anthony Santander. And we asked Brandon Hyde about that comp, and he said, I don't know that we're the 2015 Cubs, like the year before the World Series. This might be the 2014 version. The team that caught fire after the All-Star break. The next year they add John Lester, Jake Arrieta turned into an absolute beast, and the pitching fell in line. And in Brandon Hyde's mind, they're on that same trajectory. They're not necessarily at the doorstep, but well on their way.
Olsen's going to be underneath it.
They build it. They're putting the pieces together. They put the young kids together.
Yes, sir.
You know, when you do that and they get comfortable and start getting down that winning streak, you go out there and get 2 or 3 veteran players that will get you that push to get to the title that you want to have.
1 gone as Santander pops out. That'll bring up the aforementioned Ryan Mountcastle. Watched Grayson throw the ball now for a while. Tell us your thoughts.
Learning at the big league level on how to pitch. It's different. The minor league numbers are crazy. I mean, he struck out like 421 and like 300 minor league innings, but you can't deny the stuff. The stuff is real. The fastball is an upper 90s type fastball with a really good changeup. He's just fighting for a little bit of consistency right now. And look, you know this, when you're learning at the big league level like you did and I did, it's a tough place to learn. And you're going to have good days and bad days for a while, but certainly you love the talent of Grayson.
Nice.
Number 2.
2 quick outs.
No doubt, because when you're in the big league, they want you to do it right away. And, they know what you did down in the minor league, and they want you to carry it in. And sometimes they come to the players.
There's a ground out to the shortstop, guys. I realize nobody said anything to
up in the major league. So you got to learn yourself and know what you can do and you cannot do. So I think what the numbers speak for himself down in the minor league, what he did is great.
McHugh was trying to do the same pitch that Voth was trying to pitch. How it started outside and come back inside.
You hope you're getting a true number 1, right?
Yes.
A real horse, a real number 1, and that's what the hope is. for Grayson Rodriguez. But it's,
Indeed.
It's just enough of it that the ump has been giving that away like candy as a strike tonight.
Grayson Rodriguez is 23 years old. And so there's going to be a learning curve in there. There's going to be some good moments. There's going to be some rough moments.
Yeah, 21
2-1 to count.
no AAA.
Top of the 7th.
Right.
2 out.
When you skip AAA
in a 1-1 game.
Andrew, you were there for what, a week and a half in AAA?
About 6 games, I think.
6 games. I mean, that's, in the case of somebody like yourself, exceptionally talented and ready to go, most guys need those games.
We have 2 sweeper pitches
with us, like
that have both been for a ball, and we have 2 cutters thrown so far.
And get those minor league games under your belt.
Swing and a miss. That retires the side.
Yes.
And all business 7th.
We're heading
all
to the
business
7th
for
inning
Colin
stretch.
McHugh. 1, 2, 3 innings.
Up and stretching here at Truist Park. Still locked up in a 1-1 pitching and defense day.
Oh, yes. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick pause. We'll be right back.
All right.
When the Orioles tied it up.
Dabo Sweeney's in the house.
Look at her.
Oh, jeez. Why are you wearing an A hat, Dabo?
Recruit. Actually, he's probably recruiting right now.
He's a Lynch fan.
I know.
Or game planning.
I know.
Notre Dame game.
What? You can't be from somewhere else.
Yeah, I know.
Atlanta to be a fan.
I know.
College football season, it's coming fast.
Has Dabo ever had
You're
that much time to
biased.
himself without somebody bugging him? He kind of blends in as just a regular fan. Bet he's enjoying that.
Just hiding out, enjoying himself, enjoying the game.
Big fan.
Marcelo Ozuna leads things off in the 7th.
Oh, there's your pitch, Ozuna. I'm telling you.
We are in the heart of college football country here, of course. What that young guy said when we got in the elevator with a couple of fans, and the kid had to be 2 years old, and we said, who's going to win today?
Got all his Braves gear on, like ready for the Braves. We were just waiting for him to say, Braves are going to win. What did he say? Bulldogs.
Georgia Bulldogs.
Go Georgia.
Yeah, look at that. Ozuna's having some words with them.
Hey, these kids on programs, they know what they want.
Be like, come on,
well, when you
baby,
win back-to-back
man, you know
national titles, it's pretty popular in these parts.
Hey, speaking of kids, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, Andrew, about Drew and where he is and how quickly he'll be arriving as Ozuna
You're not
grounds
getting
one
on
softly
first
to the
easy
right side,
this
one
time
away.
like you did before.
Where is Drew, and when do we expect to see him in the Grande Ligas?
Well, it's up to him. First, he needs to stay healthy. I mean, he had a freak injury the first year of pro baseball, blowing out his shoulder. And he worked hard to get back.
Look at that. Look at this. I mean, come on. When your dad is a 10-time Gold Glover, I think you have some instincts that come naturally.
And now he got a quad injury, so it's all about staying healthy. But I'm proud of what the man he become, the goals that he wanted to do and he wanted to reach, and it's still a long way to go. So all we need to do is keep supporting him and let him learn and make the adjustments that he needs to make his dream come true.
And have you been able to share a lot of your experiences with him? I mean, I know some kids listen to their parents, some don't, but I wonder if you've been able to share some of your experience and how he's taken to those experiences and what he's tried to do with them.
Well, I mean, we talk a lot of baseball. That's all we want. I mean, he's going to be a different player. I mean, it's tough for every kid that their dad played Major League Baseball on a high level and be consistent in it. Everybody's
so 2-1 to count to Money Mike.
You can be just like your dad, but it's hard. It's hard. It's not.
I forgot to turn my camera back on. I'm sorry, guys.
And I had that when I was coming up through the minor league.
I'll get it right.
Be the next
Don't worry.
Mays, but it's not going to be the next Willie Mays. Willie Mays is
so 2-2 to count to Money Mike.
So that's tough. But we talk baseball.
Fly ball out to center field. Mullins and Hayes negotiating, and club
out number two.
Out number 2.
How do you juggle talking baseball with him and being a dad too? Because it's two totally different things. So how do you juggle those two things?
Well, just first your dad, and then you want to be a friend, and you want to be open to talk, and him willing to listen to you.
All right,
and
Orlando Arcia, 1 for 2
he
today,
know
doubled in the
what you
fifth.
did in the game. You know what all you did, and to talk baseball, just go out there and have fun, enjoy it,
right?
And be a good teammate. And I think that's what he is. He's always willing to help others, and it's so many stuff that we went through
outside. Ball one.
Young kid, and trying to chase our dream,
right?
Little things that you listen from your parents or a coach, and he's a great kid, and I can't, it's not much I can say
swinging
about him.
a miss.
He's
look like a freaking windmill there for a second.
Yeah.
And look like a windmill there for a second.
Stay healthy, and hopefully he can make his dream come true.
Ball and 2 strikes. The count to Orlando Arcia.
Got him. Nope. Ball.
Checked
Great.
Is
He thought he went too. You see that?
Yeah.
Late summer day when the
Look at
Braves
this. He's
retire
like,
number 25. Is he
shit.
going to be here? The whole family better be.
No, he didn't go.
He
held.
I know he didn't.
I
But-
think the season.
but
But
he
his
thought
body
he
reaction, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
there he did.
the last game is.
Oh yeah, he definitely went around that time.
Into the top of the 8th.
We'll see what happened. And
Oh man.
They'll give him a day off.
Been a
I'm
great
pretty
game,
sure.
man. It's been really
Braves go down in order.
strategic
in the 7th.
pitching, great defense.
Yeah.
Both teams have been put in real bad place that their pitching and defense have been able to get them out of. It's been an awesome game.
Yes, it has. It's been a very close one too. I mean, 1-1. Yeah, that's a hell of a game so far. Yeah, so oh my goodness. So what you guys got planned for the rest of the your Sunday afternoon? I don't have nothing really planned. I'm just gonna sit here and relax. Possibly look for some more YouTube short footage. Some good content out there. I know later on today they're gonna have some teams playing that I kind of keep an eye on and see if they see what they do. So, but yes, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all the likes and the subscribes that I got last night. Thank you so much for all them. Without you guys, this would not be possible. I know I've been very busy with work the last 3 or 4 weeks, but I wasn't gonna see myself let the Braves game go to waste this weekend, since with me being home. So, and here I am doing a couple streams for y'all. You guys, that way you guys enjoy it. 2 good games of baseball. The first game wasn't all that great. I mean, we lost 9-4, but it is what it is. Here we go.
Vaughn starts out with a
another
strike.
relief inning from Colin McHugh, who came out for starter Bryce Elder in the 6th.
McVaughn.
Yeah.
I told you,
For the
and
Braves,
McFly.
same of Austin Voth
Hey,
out of the
McFly.
Baltimore bullpen.
McFly.
Hello,
McFly.
2 runs and just 7
That is his
combined
name
hits
for
in
the
what's
rest of the
been a
season for me,
well-pitched
bro.
afternoon
McFly.
here.
McHugh's been huge, right? I mean, this Atlanta bullpen got used last night. So Anderson went 1, Lee, Mentor, and Iglesias all collected.
And I don't
1 inning
mean
of work, and
any
McHugh's going out
disrespect
for his
by
3rd
it.
inning of
As a
work,
matter
and
of
has kept
fact,
the score exactly where
you
it is.
know, that is an iconic movie and an iconic scene.
Like you
Hey,
said before,
McFly.
that first
you know,
game, a lot of runs scored.
I ain't giving him shit or nothing. Nice.
Second game, kind of close.
Right back at the pitcher.
Number 1.
Yes,
And one
sir.
easy out for
We'll take
I
that.
don't like
McHugh here in the 8th.
I didn't really like
McHugh's an
the little
interesting
kind of showboat
story.
crap, though.
Drafted and developed by the Mets.
Take off running
debuted
just a
in
little bit, and then,
Flushing,
you know,
Queens
I mean,
in
what do we got going
2012.
on here?
Ryan
Had a
Snicker
little
coming
bit of
out
time
of
with the Rockies.
the dugout.
And it
That's
looked
it.
as
He's
though
gone.
with a career ERA over 8,
Wow.
he may find his way out of the league.
Okay. All right,
But he
Snip.
had some great years in Houston,
I thought
and is a very
Colin was
valuable
gonna-
pitches
member
did
of
he
the Atlanta
pitch?
bullpen.
Not very
in
many.
23. A pitching change for the
Hey,
Braves.
sorry
here
about
with one
that.
out in the 8th, and we'll
Oh,
be
no
right
worries,
back.
dude. We got Dylan Lee coming in for Atlanta. So, oh man. Yeah, let's see. Trying to think what I want to do. Nothing really else to do but sit around and relax and get the old feet up and relax the rest of the Sunday afternoon and have to start the work week next week early. 4 o'clock in the morning comes early.
Yeah, speaking of which, guys, you know, I know the content creation from the Clan HBS home channel and the C Sports Network channel has kind of diminished over the last month or so. But I was real sick, to be honest, and afterwards, and in about a 10-day period, I lost 4 super close family members. One of which was like a father to me, lived right behind me, you know, was super important. So I just had a lot going on, and I'm still I'm still fighting
Lee appears
some
in
sickness
back-to-back games
and,
in the
and
series.
whatnot.
The
I
scoreless inning in
recently
relief yesterday.
injured a rib,
And the big lefty
so
goes to work here with one
I'm
out
slowly
in the eighth
trying
on
to
Adam
ease
Frazier.
in, and I just
had some traffic in the
I will start
seventh
putting
inning of last
content
night's
out
game.
here real
Gave up
soon.
2 hits, 1 walk, but punched out 2 and
like
put a
Matt,
0
like
on
Matt
the
said,
scoreboard.
he'll be going back to work for the
Little
week,
flare
so
out to shallow
I'm looking
left
at
and
trying to
run
get
down
1 to
by
2
Arcia.
streams
What
in
a
this
good
week
play.
while he's gone, and then doing some
Well, that's
more
the difference.
work with him
Arcia makes, right?
come next
See where
weekend
he
or
shaded up the
whatever
middle,
he's
but
got
has the
planned.
speed.
I
A
know
quick
he's going
drop
fishing
step,
on one
this
of the
ball slicing away from
Yep.
him, and he really
Exactly.
easily gets to this ball for the second out here.
But
in the
I
top
just
of the eighth
I wanted to
inning.
give you kind of an insight of what's happened with me and why you really haven't seen a whole lot of content as of recent.
You know who appreciates that more than anybody? The guy
It's a little
on
hard
the bump.
sitting in the chair.
Well, everybody wants
Very
to
understandable, dude.
play all the time when the ball get put in play.
So Arcia makes the
Ramon
first
Urias
out
takes
with
a
a
strike.
running catch in a shallow left field. So Ramon Urias is
Urias
up to
has
bat for
Baltimore's
Baltimore.
lone RBI today.
Or 2 outs, excuse me. I'm sorry,
An
2
RBI
outs.
ground ball in the 4th.
Swung
Benny
on
talked
and
about this
missed.
a couple of times today.
Strike
Baltimore
2.
is unable to win this game. They're going to look back with regret at a couple of innings where they had runners in scoring position, less than 2 out, and failed to do any damage.
Yeah, and those are when you got a pitching staff like the Braves have, and you got to take care. When you don't need a base
Scooped
hit to
up by
score,
Riley
it's
over to
big
first
in
for
order to
out
take
number
control.
3.
The Orioles just
We go to the bottom of the 8th, guys.
They
Bottom of the
pitch a
8th.
duel at 1-1.
Remember, please get your votes in on the chat poll. Also, it's absolutely free to hit the like button.
I'm going to pull.
I will be taking the chat poll down at the bottom of this inning. At the end of the bottom of the 8th, I will be taking it down. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please make sure you hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. But yeah, hopefully Braves can squeak this game out and get a win. And we'll take 2 games. I'd rather have 2 games than 1 game. So we'll see what happens here. So they're going to commercial break. We're going to stay live.
Are we live?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still live.
Sorry, I
Yeah, no worries.
pushed my headset up, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, yeah. No worries.
All right.
Yeah, it's been a very close game, everybody. Very close game, 1-1, going to the bottom of the 8th. Let's see what the Braves can do. Let's see if we can score a run here and take the lead. So, I think Trump is up to bat, and then it goes Acuna and then Matt Olson for the 3 batters for Atlanta. So we're going to be at the bottom of the order to the top of the order. And we got pitcher Yennier Cano. For Baltimore. Oh, excuse me. Trump.
Sean Murphy leading.
Yes, pitch hitting is Sean Murphy.
Oh, pretty close. Got him. Why did that umpire stand there that long? I mean, come on. Hey, guy, this isn't about you and your theatrics. Just call the play.
Yeah.
You see, watch, man. That is ridiculous. I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous conduct on that ump. This ain't about him and his theatrics. He just stood there. I'm sorry, but that kind of bothered me.
Yeah. Oh, big rip by Acuna, foul. Strike 1.
Want to keep the game pure, man. Don't need that WWE crap style, entertainment shit.
Yeah. Strike two.
Oh, for 3 today. I tell you, man. Sorry, pardon me.
So 2-2 to count to Ronald Acuna. Swung on down the right field line. Foul. Same thing again. Swung on and fouled out of play. We'll do it again. 2-2 to count. Downstairs, ball 3. So full count to Ronald Acuna. For out number 2. Oh my goodness. Matt Olson stands there in the batter's box for Atlanta. Outside, ball 1. Oh, foul. Number at the home plate. Outside, ball 2. Swung on and hit out of play. We'll do it again. 2-2 to count. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That ends the 8th. And I forgot to turn the damn sound back on.
3 All-Stars.
I'm sorry, guys.
Acuna and Olson. We go to the 9th. Adley Rutschman.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, let's see if the Braves can get a 1-2-3, and we go to the bottom of the ninth and see if we can do it in a walk-off. All right, here we go.
Activated a pitch yesterday, but go back-to-back with the short turnaround. So the Braves
Rafael Iglesias, our closer, in there for Atlanta. First pitch, swinging
under this circumstance.
Foul behind home plate.
They do shoot
Strike one.
I mean, you know, like we talked earlier, everything kind of got bumped back out for the bullpen, and now having him back as a closer.
Strike two.
That change is such a good one. That is such a good pitch.
Yeah, look at the action. That's a great look at that changeup. Starts it in the zone, but as it travels that 60 feet 6 inches, it just dives down and away.
Ball and 2 strikes. Kyle Stowers hitless so far today, 0 for 2. Stowers, Rutschman, and Mullins for the Orioles in the ninth.
Swung on, and we'll do it again. Foul ball. 1-2 to count.
Iglesias has for years with the Angels, with the Reds, loves to finish left-handed hitters with that changeup. See what's coming on 1 and 2. Ooh,
upstairs, ball 2.
Satchel Paige bow tie pitch.
Well, and I tell you what, you know what makes the changeup so good, because he'll do that. He'll use that high 90s fastball on the inside part of the plate to try to speed up the bats. And once he gets you sped up a little bit, then he'll go down and away with that changeup, just like that.
For a routine comeback.
Oh, for a routine flipper to first for out number 1.
Let's flip the beanbag over to first. Why put extra wear and tear on the shoulder?
I always laugh when I see pitchers do that. I'm like, you can hit a coffee cup at 60 feet 6 inches, but when it's a comeback, you got to either run it over to the bag and give it to the guy, or toss it underhand.
So now Adley Rutschman. He drew a pinch hit walk back in the 6th inning and stayed in the ball game.
But when they work on PFP in spring training, they all throw on top.
That's right.
Not a lot of experience here head to head. Just one previous at bat, and that came with Iglesias as an Angel last year. Part of a crazy 9th inning comeback win. Rutschman key to rally with an RBI double. Baltimore came back from being down 3 to beat Iglesias and the Angels that night. 3 balls and a strike. It's an interesting matchup because Iglesias throws hard and he's got the good change. And we'll tell you why. Because Adley Rutschman does not have
second pitch in there for strike, fouled off, strike 2, so full count. 3-2 to count, 1 out.
4 swings at 95+ miles an hour and missed only 4 times. And his chase rate on changeups is one of the lowest in the game. He puts that
swung
one in
on,
play, but harmless
Matt
for
Olson with the scoop to Iglesias for out number 2.
Iggy in the 9th.
Well, Iglesias looked sharp. He was extremely sharp last night after coming off the IL. 2 punch outs last night. And pretty much wherever Murphy's putting that glove, that's where the ball is being delivered.
And I think the Braves did a great job kind of holding him back, not rushing him back from that,
yeah,
you know, from that injury.
But it's easy, right? It's easy not to rush him back when you're winning a bunch of ball games too, right?
That's exactly how it is.
And when
in there for strike one,
where the Braves are,
for Cedric Mullins.
You can give your guy an extra week, maybe.
Yep.
0-1 to Cedric Mullins.
Swung on and missed, strike two.
Split change followed by a fastball. I know you hate that, Ben, but he does throw his change.
How's it going, Mark? How's it going?
What is it? Is split?
Thank you for the 20 votes. You guys got the Braves winning this game, 94% over the Baltimore Orioles, 5%. Place you come set. Swung on.
Got a fly ball to center.
Fly ball to center field. Out number 3. The Braves have a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the ninth. So here we go. We got Austin Riley due up. Ozzie Albies and Eddie Rosario. So we'll see what happens here. So thank you for tuning in, guys. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to all the ones that put in your votes today. Thank you so much. I know it's been kind of slow on the subs today, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. As long as I have all my regulars in here chatting it up. So all right, so we got Austin Riley coming up to bat for Atlanta. Downstairs, ball one. Oh, that was your pitch right there, Riley. Chopper over to first. One away. So if we get a home run right here, or vice versa, anything on the ground, base hit, and home run, it's a walk-off. So All right, here we go. Cano comes set. Swung on. Foul down the first base line. Foul. 1-1 to... Outside. Ball 2. Shoot. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 outs. So Eddie Rosario 1 for 3, single in the 4th. All right. Hey, bud, look, I've got to run. I'll let you cover the rest of the game. I'm going to keep it on for you.
How am I supposed to shut your stream off?
No, I'm going to be right here. I've got to take off for just a minute.
Oh, I see.
So we're going to the top of the 10th. So,
yes, sir.
I'm going to keep it up. So I'll let you do what you got to do, but I'll keep it up. So that way you guys don't miss anything. All right.
Well, just don't be gone forever.
No, I'm not.
All right.
All right, buddy.
Here we go, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Looks like I get to host this shit tonight. Looks like I'm in charge, he says. Well, we'll just call it how it is. They're currently on commercial, but so it looks like interactive updated here. Says we're heading to the top of the 10th. At least if the inevitable happens, knock on wood, if we lose the lead, at least we still have that chance to come back. They don't get that chance to walk up. It's been a great game. Jesse Chavez will be coming in the 10th inning. First pitch is a strike right down the middle. We have runner. Who do they got on second base? Cedric Mullins is who the Orioles have.
Like he just
starting on the
that,
second base.
and he just pulled a string on him.
Pop up.
Jesse Chavez been around a long time. The unofficial Major League Baseball record holder.
Anthony Santander, 1 for 3 today.
The most times. No fewer than 10.
Currently at bat. 0-2 the count. Comes Chavez, pitch number 3.
Be a bad thing.
Yeah, you're wanted, right?
Yeah.
How could you say?
He was one of the players traded to the Angels when last inning's Braves reliever Raisel Iglesias was traded here.
0-2 the count. Chavez,
and then he ended up
pitch.
re-signing with Atlanta, a minor league deal. Here he is again. Comes home to Santander.
To left field, got it in the corner. Runner is going to score.
Mullins easily.
That's an RBI double or RBI single.
Broken the 1-1 tie with an RBI base hit here in the 10th.
Yeah, you talk about a rocket too on a 2-strike count. You would think
so on the top of the 10th, the Orioles have taken the lead.
Like up in his own fastball. And you talk about get on top of one.
For the first time,
rocket out to right field, off the wall.
Their first lead of the game.
Drives in the run, stays at first base. Acuña's got that giant arm. That ball kicked right back to him, and he held Santander to a single.
You got a pinch runner.
I'll tell you guys, you know.
Yeah, they will upgrade.
This is the first time. Well, this season was the first time I had ever seen this.
Runner out there with nobody out.
When they go to extra bases and somebody starts at second.
One of the fastest
I don't know how long
in the
they've
league,
done
takes
it
over on
and
base for
whatnot.
Santander.
But it certainly adds an aspect to the game. I just.
Strike one to Ryan Mountcastle.
Jorge Mateo led the American League last year in stolen bases with 35.
Mountcastle 0 for 4 on the day. Chavez pitching his 6th pitch.
Scheduled day off for him
count.
today as a starter. He's got 11 stolen bases this year. That ties him for second in the American
just
League.
Late back to first.
Oh, he had a little lean going there. Big lead. There he goes. A huge jump. Wow. And Murphy doesn't even bother with a throw.
Yep.
My goodness.
Stolen base.
And I don't think Mateo meant to take off this early. Because obviously it would have been a pickoff move. He'd have been out by a mile. But instead he gets himself in the scoring position. Yet another stolen base for Mateo.
Well, that's what the timing of. You know, you got a good first base coach. It's timed that pitcher, and you know he have to say, "Hey, you counted that many times before you go to home plate."
2-1 the count.
Right there on that slot that he was going.
Orioles have a scorer.
So base hit from Ryan Mountcastle here can not only make this a 2-run game. It might be Mountcastle's last chance to extend his 8-game hitting streak. Sitting on an 0 for 4 so far today. Big swing and a miss. 2-2.
2-2 the count.
There's that Chavez breaking ball. That's the good one.
That was beautiful.
Checked it, and on the appeal he was able to hang on. It's a 3-2 count now.
He was able to check his swing there. Called down to the first base umpire. Umpire says he was good. From Chavez.
Gunnar Henderson waits on deck. Nobody out. Run in runner at second.
Foul ball. We'll do it again.
And still 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Boy, and keep an eye on Mateo out at second base. The third baseman for the Braves, Austin Riley, he's playing way back, respecting the power.
Inside the park grand slam. Yeah, those are crazy.
He's got a long way to get to third base to cover the base if Mateo does take off.
Got him swinging.
Big strikeout for Chavez in the
Let's
Braves.
get some K's in the channel. K's in the channel, boys and girls.
Well, this is a giant strikeout. Goes that little cutter right on the outside part of the plate. It is in the zone and then gone.
Well, thanks. Thank their Mark Hatfield. Appreciate that tidbit of information.
And now Gunnar Henderson with 1 away and a runner at second.
I certainly wouldn't have known that.
Henderson today 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. And wrapping up this long 10-game road trip for the Orioles with a 3-for-23 line. A big hit here would get him back home happy to start that Tampa Bay series. A pickoff attempt at second base was close.
He want a hit here personally, but he want a big hit for his team right here if they get that run in.
Sharply hit.
Tag him out at third! Yeah! Beautiful!
Boy, what an athletic play.
Yeah!
On a throw that was in the dirt.
Boy, this is so good.
Ball hit straight out the shortstop. Beautiful, beautiful catch, throw to third. Tag him out.
Riley, who catches it all in one motion and dives back trying to get Mateo. The Orioles are going to challenge this. Watch this move. Two very athletic moves. One by Arcia, and how about Austin Riley trying to finish it?
It's tough to see there because third base umpire Malachi Moore is right in that camera spot. This will give us a pretty good look. I mean, I feel like he's out, but they're going to take a good long look at this in New York, and a good place to use your challenge if the Orioles. Why not?
Boy, that is so close. The call to field is always the most important one, because if there's not enough evidence to overturn it, obviously you cannot.
He's got him in the butt.
I think so.
After the review, the call on the field is confirmed. The
runner's out. Call confirmed, baby. Yeah. They were having the. Sorry about that, guys. I should have told you. They were having a little replay there to make sure he was out. It was close. Beautiful play. All right.
By Arcia right there. I mean, it's a tough decision, a tough angle for a shortstop, but Austin Riley saved that.
You got to have confidence to make that play, because the easy play is across the diamond and collect the second out, but instead he pivoted and pulled off an outstanding play with a little help from Austin Riley.
All one.
And now it's Austin Hayes. He has singled, walked, and
Austin
scored a run today.
Hayes is 1 for 3 today with a single, a walk, and a run.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
All right, I'll let you go ahead and take over.
Oh, no, you're doing just a fine job when I come back in.
I was working in Photoshop when you asked.
Part of the order.
Oh, okay. 10-4.
Ozuna, Harris, and Arcia. And if somebody gets aboard and makes things interesting, Sean Murphy would have a chance to hit.
I hit the wrong button when I jumped up from my computer. So 2-0 to count to
Felix Bautista,
Hayes.
the closer, coming in.
It looked like Bautista.
Yeah.
Turn my stuff back on.
Is done.
Yes.
I'm sorry, guys.
If folks are wondering why the Braves didn't send Raisel Iglesias out there for a second inning, again, a reminder, he's pitching on back-to-back games, short turnaround from last night's night game, and he just came off the IL to make his first appearance of the year last night. There was no way the Braves were going to get more than an inning out of him today.
So Jesse Chavez comes set. Swung on.
Hayes sends a high fly ball out to
high
right
fly
center
ball for Acuna.
That's it.
For out number 3.
Baltimore scratches
So the Orioles are currently leading 2-1
to the bottom of the 10th. Atlanta has one last shot, trailing 2-1.
So we'll see what happens here with what the Braves can do. See if we can't pull out a miracle here. We need this game 3. We definitely need it here. That's for sure. Sorry, I had to step away from the computer, guys, but I kept it live for my co-host to bring you the calls of the game. So, but I'm back. I had to shut some stuff down on my computer, but I'm back, unfortunately, to see what happens in the bottom of the 10th. I didn't think this game was going to go this long, but with it being so close like this, you never know. You never know with games like this. Thank you for the subscribe, by the way. Thank you so much for the subscribe. I definitely do appreciate it. Thank you. And then it doesn't. I don't know if it showed up in the feed or not. All right, so we'll see if the Braves can squeak out this win, only being down by 1.
You go from one really tough, big right-handed reliever to another, as after 2 scoreless innings from Yennier Cano, the American League's reliever of the month for the month of April, Felix Bautista, takes over to try to close out a win and a winning series for the Orioles.
Well, they call him the Mountain, and a mountain he is at 6'8", 280 pounds.
6'8". Woo!
Big boy.
Oriole pitching has been superb. Bautista has been superb all year long. He has struck out roughly half of the batters he's faced this year.
So Marcell Ozuna standing in there for Atlanta.
Sam Hilliard is the runner at second base. A pinch runner in
upstairs,
Rosario's
ball
spot.
1.
He represents that tying run. And it'll be up to Ozuna, Harris, and Arcia to try to get him across. Ozuna hitless today, homered yesterday, his only hit in the series.
Outside, ball 2.
It's a big arm for Felix Bautista. Fastball will be 98. You'll see 101, 102 occasionally. Splitter and a slider behind it. When he gets a hit, he loves the elevated fastball and the splitter down.
In there for strike 1.
Strike. Bautista has not pitched in this series. Last worked on Thursday in Kansas City, and actually allowed a run on a hit and 2 walks in his 1 inning of work against the Royals that night.
Damn.
Popped and out of play. Strike 2.
Yeah, he
2 and 2 to count.
4 days and was not sharp. 3 walks, but punched out the side, gave up a run.
Yeah, Martin, the behemoth.
He's had a few days
6'8"
off since then.
Hilliard at second, 2 balls and 2 strikes from the Mountain to Marcell Ozuna. On the ground to the right side, that'll move the runner.
I'll move the runner over to third. 1 out.
The tying run's 90 feet away.
The tying run is 90 feet away from home plate.
Job well done. Because Ozuna's going to get a lot of high fives in that Braves dugout, especially being down 2 strikes. Found a way to inside out the ball and move Hilliard over to third base. Now the Orioles are going to bring the infield in. They're going to try to cut off that tying run at home plate.
Michael Harris Jr. 0 for 3 so far today. Takes
first pitch in there, right down the middle.
99.
Strike 1.
Good speed at third base. Hilliard, any fly, he basically got a good chance of scoring.
Yeah, Bautista's thinking one thing. He's thinking punch out.
That one bounces away. The tying run scores.
Wild pitch! Score! Tie game, baby! Let's go! Woo! Braves tied it up, baby. Wild pitch.
Bautista and a 2-2 game.
Well, we talked about this earlier, right? Runner at third base. That's a split finger fastball by Bautista. It bounces well out in front of home plate. Adley Rutschman fights as hard as he can to keep it in front, but instead it's off the checks protector. Hilliard scores. We are all square again.
We're all square.
Off his knee protector.
Oh, that was Michael Harris's pitch right there.
Strikes to count to Michael Harris. Neither one
Let's
of
go,
the
Braves.
catchers was in there to begin
Come on.
the game. Both of them are in there now. We're into extra innings.
Inside.
Rutschman and Sean Murphy.
Ball 2. So 2 and 2 to count to Michael Harris. Sean Murphy stands in on deck.
And I think the manager already told him from the beginning, you might be coming in. So be ready.
Murphy's going to have a chance to be
way upstairs. Ball 3.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Murphy had a walk-off homer in April, the first of his career. Three-two pitch home to Harris.
Harris gets around that pitch, fouls it off. We'll do it again. 3-2 to count.
The margins are thin in extra innings. The past couple of years, it's no longer a new rule, but with a runner at second base, you can feel the enthusiasm, the energy changes in the ballpark as soon as you get to extra
3-2 to count.
Runner on. The next 3-2 to
upstairs, ball 4. Runner. Oh yeah, let's go. Michael Harris. Batista issues a walk to Michael Harris. Harris goes to first.
Well, Bautista's given up some stolen bases this year because, again, he is so big. It's a big high leg kick. It's 6'8". He takes a little bit of
and we got Orlando Arcia.
So you're right. If Michael Harris is healthy,
in there for Atlanta,
expect him to try to get in the scoring position here.
First pitch, big rip.
Arcia takes a rip.
Foul.
0-1.
Arcia been in this position many times this year before he got hurt. Get a chance to get that big hit to drive in, win and run, and I think he got a good chance right here to do it.
Thank you for the subscribe. I'll change it here in just a minute. Batista comes set.
There he goes.
There goes Money Mike. Safe! 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 Yes!
Well, you could see Michael Harris was.
He was safe by a mile, son. No doubter. That was a no doubter.
Challenging the safe call at second base.
Adam Frazier with a quick tag. We'll get a look right here. I think he's safe. I think he's in there.
Very close. Very close.
His hand was on the bag before he got tagged.
See, man, you speak Papiamento as well.
Yeah, I feel he was safe as well.
Right. A little lenient.
I'm learning.
Yep, right here. Hands on the bag, boom. He's safe.
The call stands. Fans are reacting to the replay.
Safe.
So sadly, Rutschman.
We'll get the call here in just a minute.
I mean, Rutschman did everything he could do. Quick, out of the glove, a good transfer, a rocket throw, but
after the review, the call is confirmed. Runner is safe.
Safe.
That is a big bag for Michael Harris.
Let's go.
He was going to run. Yeah. It was a matter of time when he was going, and I think Bautista knew that he was going, so he was trying to make us quick to give.
So Arcia 1-1 to count, calls time.
So a ball and a strike to Orlando Arcia. Again, he has doubled and struck out twice today. Completely different assignment against the fire-breathing dragon that is Bautista.
Did he check his swing?
Checked it. It's 2-1.
He did check his swing. Ball 1.
Count a ball and 2 strikes. Ball and
1 and 2 to count
on Harris or on Arcia. I'll get it right. Again,
they're chomping in Atlanta. Let's go.
Top in front of the plate to third, where they give the lead runner. What a play by Adley Rutschman.
Well, this is why Adley Rutschman, one of the many reasons why he is a difference maker on the field. And boy, he knows where he's got to go. Ball just tipped right off top of the bat, out of the crouch quickly, and a rocket down to third. Ramon Urias applies the tag.
Oh, he might be safe.
Oh, he's out.
It looked like he might be safe.
Adley Rutschman,
nobody's saying it though. Let's look at this. Back on, and then he gets him in the face.
Plays.
Yeah, he might be safe.
Now,
no, they're not. They're not even acting like they're calling.
There's nothing to challenge there either when you see the tag in the face. In the face, as Eddie Murphy would have said.
Wow.
America.
I like that movie.
Love it.
Here's Sean Murphy now, who takes a strike.
That BS.
Fastball 101.
Come on, Braves. Let's walk it off.
And a little check in there for Arcia. As we mentioned, Sean Murphy, a non-starter today. Entered the ballgame as a pinch hitter in the 8th and grounded out. Long hold that time by Bautista, and a fastball fouled away.
0-2 to count.
Boy, two of the best teams in baseball going at it, man. I tell you, you couldn't ask for a better game. It's been a wonderful series as well.
Got him.
Oh!
Took something off to strike out Sean Murphy, and the Braves settle with a tying run in their half of the 10th.
Oh, that's it. We go to the top of the 11th.
Thanks to this
tie game.
The wild pitch that tied it for Atlanta. It's a 2-2 ball game.
2-2 ball game.
Try it all over again.
Yeah, we'll try it all over again.
Great game so far, man.
Yeah, great game. Definitely a great game. Wow. I thought.
Hey,
I would seriously think that.
Give us a mic break real quick.
All right, guys. We'll be right back.
I need a.
All right. All right, here we go, guys. Michael Tonkin.
See how the Braves score.
Pitcher for Atlanta.
Wild pitch.
Oh.
Austin Hayes, the runner at second base. We continue in extra innings. And the first offering thrown by Michael Tonkin in relief is a fly ball out to right. Acuna's got the big arm to throw.
Oh, nice! Yeah! You don't run on Acuna, baby! Acuna will make you pay!
Austin Hayes can run now. He's an above-average runner. But Ronald Acuna Jr. is showing you why he might be the best player in baseball. Gets his momentum behind a rocket throw.
Definitely out.
Definitely hit his hand.
Can't do it.
Yep, that's definitely out.
Beautiful. 2 outs, baby.
I love how he
Come on. Yes, sir.
That's you work on when you go to spring training. You know, you go out in spring training. You know, when you do those little work, you know, in the backfield with the outfield coach, you know, you're trying to say when you get the fly ball, you know, everybody will get, you know, the fly ball, but you want to work on those.
Let's
things.
go.
You know, prepare that you're going to be behind the ball to throw aggressive.
That's right.
That's the one you live for, right? The chance to change the game with your arm in the outfield.
So it looks like Baltimore loses their challenge.
Like I say, when we talk about defense win games, and right there you can see it. You know, if you go out there and hold the guy to
he was out by
base,
3 inches, 4 inches.
A lot of people don't see much. You know.
So Tompkins comes set to Urias outside, ball 1.
2 outs on the double play. That goes Acuna to Riley. The play
Urias
was
is 0 for 3 today.
There wasn't much to challenge there, by the way, and it was a very quick confirmation of the call.
So
there are 2-way bases empty now for Ramon Urias.
Hey, did you send that image to me?
I didn't have time. They went back to the game.
You know what's even more fun about that
Get
play
me
by
the file,
Acuna?
please.
I only got one screen, Bubba. Hold on.
He sure does.
Swung on.
I'll call what's going on.
All right.
Take you 2 seconds.
A ball and 2 strikes to Ramon Urias.
Right, let's see.
I mean, show us what you got.
Here we go. 1 and 2 the count.
Well,
no, you only did the YouTube short intros.
Those are the things we miss in the game.
No,
we haven't seen much.
I need the
everybody's playing deep now, and
the logo,
just trying to keep
the Maverick Sports logo.
Extra base
okay.
And stuff like that.
All right.
I need that
See
file.
a lot of assists in the game.
I asked you if I did one without the Brahma Bowl.
Guys will have over 10.
If so, send that one to me. If not, send me
the
other one.
That back in
no, you did. Only with the nice. We go to the bottom of the 11th. All right.
I was okay. Just to let them know, I was trying to get a debut
for the Braves
of
in the 11th to try to
the
it off at home.
The player cards that we're making.
Yeah.
For your
this is ready.
Community and whatnot.
Right.
And that's what I was trying to get done.
That's the one that you made.
Yeah, just send it.
I did.
Okay, it's on Discord. Thank you very much.
No problem. Then you also made this one too. I'll send that one too.
Hey, you didn't send me nothing on Discord though.
Oh, I put it in the wrong section.
Oh, you posted it to a channel?
Yeah.
Fucking geek.
Bear with me. You made that one for me, and then you made this one for me.
Let's see the first. Yes, it's the bottom one. Thank you.
Yep. Yes, guys. Yes, everybody. I'm a novice at computer work, as you can tell. And yes, I only run one monitor. So, and I've got like
the option to run more though.
I have the option to running more. Yes, I haven't gotten around to that.
You guys will learn that Ron here is a procrastinator.
Ha ha ha! Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, you know I speak the truth though.
Yeah. I hear you. So we got Ronald Acuna coming up to bat for Atlanta. We got Mike Bauman.
I'd say Bauman, yeah.
Bauman. Come on, let's walk it off right here. Downstairs, way outside, ball 1.
You know, today you show one of these tools that he have.
Did he check it on the appeal? He did. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Mike Bauman,
nice check swing there pitcher for Acuna. Sorry, I forgot
a couple of hits and 3 runs in the opener in this series Friday night.
Yeah, Sean Murphy got him for a 3-run homer straightaway center field.
Long ball
swung on and missed, strike one.
He's allowed a homer.
So Acuna had the green light to swing
after not giving up a homer in his first 11 games this year.
Yeah, he was lights out his first 11 games, and it's been a little bit different. It's a big arm, though. It's a fastball, 94. He'll take up to 97, slider and a changeup as well.
Little topper.
The 2-2 pitch bounces into
it looked like he beat it, man.
Murphy
Come
put
on.
at second base and is a very important out number 1.
That's what you hope as a pitcher. You want to get a ball pulled on the ground if you can. Why? Because it keeps the runner right at second base.
Just a half
That's
step.
on the right side of the field. Murphy will end up at third base. He does not get that chance.
We got Matt Olson coming up to bat for Atlanta.
Walked.
He's being intentionally walked.
Oh.
Bauman and the Orioles will hope for a ground ball off the bat of Austin Riley, who's 0 for 4 this afternoon.
Come on, Riley. MVP. MVP.
Number 1 in Major League Baseball. They'd love to do it a 37th time here.
Downstairs, ball 1.
Austin Riley has ground ball and has hit in the ground ball quite a few times already. So it's a great move by the Orioles.
Murphy and Olson aboard with 1 away. Big swing and a miss.
Big swing, miss.
Austin Riley,
strike 1.
Hits 3 for 12 in this 3-game series so far. There's the Mike Bauman slider.
Ooh,
ball and 2
big
strikes.
rip. Strike 2.
How about 99? So slider and then 99 just above that to get ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Man, you didn't like big arm.
And Riley strikes out.
Riley strikes out.
Well, that is big time there by Mike Bauman. See Ronald Acuna Jr. to ground out. You go slider, fastball, and right back to the breaking ball to pick up a huge punch out. And how about the job by Adley Rutschman behind home plate? Watch him lean forward, square the shoulders up, and keep that ball right there around home plate.
Ozzie Albies.
Ozzie Albies now. 0 for 4. He struck out twice, trying to extend a 6-game hitting streak today.
First pitch.
And it's nothing.
Got out of play. Strike 1. Come on.
Ozzie has been in from the left side in all of his plate appearances today. As a left-handed batter, he's got the highest pull percentage in Major League Baseball, which would have been great if he was batting with nobody out and a runner at second base.
What we got going on here?
I'm not sure who took the time out there.
Ozzie did.
Okay.
Ozzie took the timeout. Runners on first and second, 2 out.
Rutschman once.
He checked it.
Good pitch.
0-2.
Wow.
And Mike Bauman finish. A little backdoor cutter, just catches the box.
Albies struck out on a changeup in the 9th in his last at bat. That one's bounced up the line out of play.
Foul.
Do all the Orioles use PitchCom? Some of the Orioles use PitchCom. It's rare to see shakes anymore because so many players are using that device.
Yeah, and you know, even if you're not using it, a lot of times you don't have time with the 20-second shot clock. Sometimes you don't have time to get to a shake. So if it ticks down to 6 or 7 seconds, you don't like the pitch. Sometimes you don't have time to shake to another pitch.
Wow. Clock violation.
Clock violation.
So that'll be a ball on Mike Bauman.
It is indeed.
Ball.
Mark Wegner just said.
Ozzie
Ball
was
and 2 strikes.
Ozzie was in the box. I think sometimes with the game on the line like this, taking a clock violation is better than rushing and trying to execute a pitch with no time.
Damn it!
Doesn't matter. Strike him out anyway.
Man.
How about you, big Mike Baumann, huh? Comes in a tough situation, runner on second and nobody out, a ground ball, an intentional walk, and how about back-to-back?
Oh, here we go. We go to the top of the 12th.
We got some bonus baseball for you.
Score
to the 12th.
Tied game. Oh, my goodness. All right, guys, we're still going to cover the game. We're still bringing you the coverage of the game. We're not going anywhere until the game is absolutely over. The game is still tied 2 apiece. We go to the top of the 12th. Come on. I mean, this game is a long game. As of right now, we're pushing 3 hours and 23 minutes, guys. 3 hours and 23 minutes. Like before the pitch clock. This was like normal routine gameplay for them. But now it's with the pitch clock. Games are cut in half to like 2.5 hours. Now we're already pushing 3. We're already at 3.5. So, I thought the Braves were going to get a base hit and score in a run, but unfortunately they come up a little short. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if the Braves can get 3 outs and take it to the bottom of the 12th and do another walk-off. Or at least try to anyway. We'll see if the Braves keep in Tonkin or they go to another pitcher. But I highly doubt that they're going to use another pitcher here. So, all right, here we go.
Back with Ben McDonald, Andrew Jones, Matt Vasgersian. It's nice to have you with us today. And we thought that the way things laid out, that the great throw by Ronald Acuna Jr. led to a double play and a quick top of the 11th was going to set up the Braves for some heroics in the bottom of the inning.
Yeah, but Mike Baumann had other ideas.
Not to be. And that means that Michael Tonkin will continue.
We'll see what happens here, Mark.
Kyle Stowers to lead things off in the top half of inning number 12.
What, new base runner?
Nothing in one. The count.
Hitting out of play. Strike one.
His first knock of the game.
McKenna pinch running.
Yeah, McKenna out at second base now, above average speed.
This is going to be one of those days where the whole roster gets low work, you feel like, right? You're in the
hitting out of play, strike 2, so 0-2 to count to Stowers.
You're getting deeper and deeper into both bullpens. The Braves have a day off tomorrow, a home day off before a quick 2-game series with red-hot Boston that starts on Tuesday. Red Sox, the hottest team in the league, winners of 8 in a row. And as we talked about, Baltimore goes home for a day with the Rays.
Popped up.
High fly ball. Slicing.
For out number 1. 1 gone. 2 more outs. We go to the bottom of the 12th.
Yeah, for the Orioles, they start a very the road. No party in Toronto these days, by the way, because that Blue Jays team is loaded.
Loaded, and they brought the fence in too. With that offense, that
so Tonkin comes set.
Defense is brought in at all.
Outside, strike 1.
Carry pretty good.
That's what I'm saying.
And I saw what they did in the center field. I mean,
the pitchers are not happy.
They brought it in. They moved it down. They moved it up. They made it like a crooked set of teeth out there. Counts a ball and a strike to
ball
Adley
1.
Rutschman, a non-starter today. He has walked and grounded out to the mound in his 2 plate appearances.
I don't think he's going to get any good pitches to hit, and this is a bad, I think, again.
Ballman 2 strikes.
Ripped down the third base line, foul. Strike 2, so 1-2 to count.
Position. And that 3rd and 4th inning for the Orioles were big.
Baltimore left the bases loaded in the 3rd, left the bases loaded in the 6th.
Upstairs, ball 2.
Those later opportunity, you go back, you're like, oh, we could have been on the bird already, flying.
Especially
out.
when you don't need a base hit to score a run. The Orioles had 2 opportunities to do that, but the Braves pitching just too good.
Swung on, sharply hit to Matt Olson for out number 2. They moved the runner up 90 feet to 3rd.
McKenna
2 outs
to 3rd, and there are 2 away.
Another good pitch by Duncan. Boy, can Matt Olson play a little first base, huh?
So now Cedric Mullins.
We got Cedric Mullins.
Go-ahead run in the 10th inning on a wild pitch. He's got a double and a walk on his line today. It's McKenna that's the go-ahead run with 2 out here, and the first pitch to Mullins is fouled back. Less than 24 hours after a long game where both bullpens were used.
Inside,
frequently.
ball 1.
Here we are at it again today. Michael Tonkin, the 5th reliever used by Brian Snitker and the Braves. Baltimore's used 4 relief arms today.
Pop up.
Pop up. That's
And
right.
A high fly ball out to shallow right for Acuna. Albies back on it, and it's Albies that makes the catch. Another chance at a walk-off win.
Another walk-off.
To the
That was almost a near collision.
Call the ball, Maverick. You're at 10 feet. Still 2-2.
All right, guys, if you're still watching this, we go to the bottom of the 12th. Game's pushing 3 hours and 30 minutes. Just turned 3 hours and 30 minutes. This is one hell of a game. Definitely one hell of a game. Wow. Do. Oh, man. Let's see what the Braves can do here in the bottom of the 12th. Let's see if we can't get a walk-off, get a base hit, something. Do. Oh, me. Let's go. Gotta love commercials, guys. Gotta love commercials. All right, here we go.
Is the left-hander Cianel Perez, who pitched yesterday, was credited with a hold through an inning and a 1/3 of perfect relief with a strikeout last night. And he's out there again today after the tight turnaround. Brandon Hyde going a little deeper into his bullpen than he had hoped.
So Kevin Pillar.
And there's going to be a pinch hitter that starts things here in the 12th. Kevin Pillar was the hero last night. Bottom of the 8th inning, pinch hitting the game winner.
Danny Calhoun tried to stick a fastball.
Sorry, guys. My dog's going nuts again in the background.
Of it, and that was the difference in the ball game.
Great move by Brian Snitker right there.
We got Ozzie Albies on second as the runner.
Against lefties. And
so we do have some speed there.
Right there.
On
Ozzie
second.
Albies represents the winning run at second base here in the 12th. And the first pitch to Kevin Pillar misses inside.
Way inside, ball
Pillar
1.
Signed a free agent deal to come to the Braves this offseason. Veteran outfielder with over a decade's worth of major league experience, and somebody that Brian Snitker told us before the game he was thrilled to have on a lot of fronts. A couple of sliders.
Ball down in the dirt.
2 balls and no strikes.
2 balls. No strikes.
Again, how about the job by Adley Rutschman? You talk about having to have athleticism behind home plate to be able to block that ball.
That's right, Kenneth. One run to win it all. On the inside corner, strike 1.
So he's trying to keep it inside so you don't get him trying to get that run over.
That's exactly what the idea is. So Pilar's idea is hit the ball to the right side on the ground to advance the run to the third. Cincinnati Perez is working him on the inside part, trying to force him to pull the ball on the ground to the left side of the field.
I think that was a mistake pitch right there. He had a pitch to do it, and he just followed back.
There's always the games within the games.
Welcome in, everybody. Very late game, bottom of the 12th. Score.
2-2
tied score.
Got him swinging.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Strikeout and
1 out.
First out here in the bottom half of the 12th.
This is a Cincinnati Perez that pitched for the Orioles last year when he had an ERA just above 1 in over 60 appearances for the Orioles, and an outstanding breaking ball down and in and right underneath it. Bat of Pilar.
And now it looks like Marcell Ozuna will be intentionally walked. The same strategy worked in the
Marcell Ozuna is being intentionally walked. For Michael Harris. Wouldn't be clutch for Michael Harris to get a base hit right here.
1 out with runners at first and second now for Michael Harris. Easy choice there to walk the right-handed batter. Harris.
Yeah!
That's a double. That's game.
That's game, baby! Braves win! Braves win! Woo! That's 2-0. That's 2-0 for the jersey and the hat, baby! Let's go! Welcome back, Michael Harris! Money Mike, baby! Yes!
Great seeing him come back right there. I mean, tough day for him. Got that walk, got throw out at third base with a ground, you know, with a little
woo
hopper to the catcher, but.
All right.
Did not have one base hit today. They were
local hometown kid right around the corner from me, bro. 10 minutes away with a walk-off. Yes.
Well, they'll cutter up and away. Hands go first. The barrel fouls it. He just powers this ball out to left center field. He knew it had enough. As soon as it touched the hard part of that bat, McKenna doing all he could do to get to it, but no chance to run that one down.
Woo!
Harris knew it. Sold out crowd knew it.
Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the chat votes. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you so much, guys. I definitely do appreciate it. This was my second stream being back after, or my third stream being back since I started work. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. For me, myself, Mav, to GB from C Sports, to everybody, Mark D, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today's stream. We definitely do appreciate it. Now we take on Boston Red Sox, and we take on the Boston Red Sox on Tuesday. So Braves have a day off tomorrow. So with that being said, guys, thank you very much. We'll see y'all later. Y'all have good the rest of your Sunday afternoon. See you guys. Mav out.